It's party time.
Woo! Yeah, man. I came here to do 3 things: party, get drunk, and get wasted. Let's go.
Those are 3 separate things that I love to do.
Distinct actions that I engage in, baby.
I love it when someone's thing is partying, and that's it. It's like, what is that?
Yeah. It's like, wow.
What is that? They never say what that it consists of.
Yeah.
What the,
actually,
I probably brought this up
my
before,
recent research.
What the fuck is Andrew WK doing at his parties? He never says what he does when he's partying.
It's book club. He's doing a book club.
That's not a
party. And he's got a wine. Oh no, it can be like a wine and cheese party event.
Book club is serious.
Where it's a casual fucking event. They're reading Jane Eyre and they're pontificating over the actions of whatever those bitches are named. And okay, let's start. Number 1, I'm going to steal somebody else's content. I'm going to steal somebody else's content.
You start the podcast. Wait, you said you weren't going to do that. That's why we talked for like half an hour about this before we started.
Well, there's somebody. Tell them Steve, Dave. Great podcast. Go listen to them also.
You spent so long explaining this to me and being like, I don't want to do this on the podcast because it's someone else's content.
Well, no, I'm going to get to Rock of Love. So the Q turned me on to this show, Daisy of Love. It was aired on VH1 in 2009. It's amazing. Go listen to their episode, TSD of Love, to get the full rundown if you want to hear about that.
You explained Daisy of Love to me, and I got very excited. Yes. It sounds very good.
It's a great reality TV show, super entertaining. And then that got me interested into the show that Daisy of Love spun off of, Rock of Love, Brett Michaels. Yes. And
we found out was
way less
Poison.
Interesting. Yes.
Yeah, I bet it's a dating reality show.
It's way less interesting because the women don't have any personalities. So that's the great thing about Daisy of Love is all the guys are fucking batshit. And then, or really earnest and sincere.
Daisy of Love is, like you said, it was like 2009. Reality TV had really entered its like post, like it wasn't even trying anymore. It was so ridiculous that it had entered.
Well, Daisy La Jolla is not the main character of Daisy of Love.
Yeah.
She's a side character.
Yeah.
She's incidental to the antics that are occurring on screen. Anyway, I watched the first episode of Rock of Love, and the one it's weird because Bret Michaels, like in his interview portions, is like talking to the cameras like, I need a girl. My one true love is the rock and roll lifestyle, and I need a girl who could enter into this threesome with me with my one true love, right? And it's like he's trying to play it up really like I'm a rock star, cool guy, and then in all of the segments that are like the just typical reality show hidden camera stuff, he comes across as really earnest and sincere, which is it's just like he's like, ladies, I'm just so excited to meet you all. I'm gonna go get a shower and I'll be right out. We're gonna have a great time. And he's just being really earnest the whole time. And then the second he leaves to go take a shower, this is when all the women are being displayed like pieces of meat. Like they're on these bleachers basically standing and like presenting themselves to him. Whereas Daisy of Love, they're all introduced as like, they're all like dudes just kind of hanging around and fooling. And on Rock of Love, it's part of the meat market basically. And so he leaves to go take a shower, and then his bodyguard comes in and he's like, okay, I need you 5 girls to stay behind. This is 5 minutes into the show.
Yeah.
And he's like, ladies, backstage passes aren't always given out, and unfortunately, we're gonna ask you to leave. Your bags are at the top of the driveway. I hope you have It's like within 5 minutes, they kicked off like 20% of the cast.
That's great. That's pretty fucking sweet.
They didn't even get to meet Bret Michaels.
Nice. Yeah.
It's great stuff. Anyway,
fantastic.
watch Daisy of Love. I'm not gonna steal other people's shit. It's I can't oversell it. You have to watch it. Go in raw. Don't read anything. Just watch Daisy of Love. If you're gonna watch it on Hulu where it's uncensored, and you get all the goodness.
Yeah, everything you explained about it to me sounded irresistible.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then what else? I'm gonna throw. Unless you got something. Do you got something you want to talk about? What's going on with you? And then I'm gonna throw shots.
Just breeze right past me. No, nothing going on in my life. No, dude, talk about more reality shows. It's fine.
No, man, I care about what you. No, I don't mean to hurt you, my friend. No, I got a lot of energy for these, a lot of enthusiasm for these two things right now. But what's going on with you, brother?
No, nothing. What was your second thing?
I'm gonna throw shots at Google Foods. Let's clown on Google Foods for a little bit.
You were excited about Guga. Now you've turned on him.
Well, no, it's my like, oh, this guy's a weirdo has turned to I fucking hate this guy because like his whole shtick is that he ruins like pieces of meat, basically.
Yeah, not always.
You know, like that's the thing, is that he's capable of cooking. Like, you know, it's like he can make a decent looking steak, right? He can make decent looking like meals, but sometimes he'll just destroy something just for the shocking video. And he's also
guy, yeah.
He's got these mannerisms where he only says 5 things in an episode.
Yep.
He says 5 different things, and the one that's really upsetting me is and that's as easy as it gets. And it's like he says it like 3 times an episode at Guga. All of these things cannot be as easy as it gets unless they're all equivalent levels of easiness or ease. I just don't buy it. One of these things has to be a little bit more difficult, specifically when he's doing it's like, this is the easy way of doing this, and this is the hard way of doing this. And then later in that same video, after doing the hard way, he's like, that's as easy as it gets. It's like, Guga, you're not even logically consistent in your own
the way
show.
he clearly like doesn't write.
No,
video, like it sounds like he's reading someone else. It sounds like he's a guy who doesn't speak English who's reading someone else's script. Because he has multiple stock phrases, and they don't really fit together. And the colloquialisms he uses don't.
No, the idioms and colloquialisms don't make any sense.
They don't make any sense, and he says them wrong sometimes, and
his own catchphrases he'll say wrong, and he'll just shotgun blast them all over his fucking videos. And it's like,
his catchphrase is "It is enough talking."
Yeah.
It is enough talking, so let's do it.
It's like you filtered a cooking show, like a real cooking show, through Google Translate, like in like 5 different languages, and brought it back to English. And it's like, it's so aggravating to watch. And there's even stuff where it's like not even just him ruining meat, but him just doing things that are stupid. Like in one of his videos, he's like, I got the god of all steaks. You know, it's like, I have found the god of steaks, and it's this is a premium. You know, like it's you got 2 boxes that are 2 cuts of the same. They're supposed to be the same cut of meat, and they come in, and 2 of them are a little thicker, but you know, thicker in terms of like actual thickness of the meat, but a little narrower in terms of circumference. And then some of them are thinner with a little bit wider circumference. Yeah. And he's like, to find out which method of preparation is better, I'm going to cook these 2 different ways. And rather than doing one of each size in each preparation method, he cooks fucking one of them. He cooks both. Okay, so he cooks the 2 different sizes 2 different ways. So rather than having a sample size of 4, it's a sample size of 2. It's fucking killing me. It kills me. And it's like, it's like you're making, like, do you think halfway through this video, halfway through filming, he's like, oh shit, I should have filmed this a different way. It's like, I now that I think about it, I've kind of made a mistake. No, it's just, his content is, again, he's capable of making food that looks good. And then he's also the biggest fucking idiot I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah, I mean, he's just kind of dumb.
and then Angel, his sidekick Angel, who's in all of his videos, his nephew or whatever. Yeah. All that Angel could say is like, "Oh, this is the bomb. This is fire. This is pretty good." I don't know about that, Guga. And he's got 5 things that he says in every single video. It's the same components. Well,
this is pretty good right here.
This one, I don't know, but this one's fire. Oh, that's a Guga steak. And there's one.
And I'm afraid to try this one. I don't know.
He got yeah, right. He did this one video where it's like home chef versus fancy restaurant $300 steak, and he got like a to-go box steak from a restaurant.
Yeah, and he reheated it the next day, and yeah, of course, yes.
It's like you disingenuous piece of shit. And also, I'm gonna just keep going because I've got like my friend Nick and I will just go back and forth. Like whenever a new one comes out, we just watch them to gripe about it, right? And one of the things that really kills me is he'll make these sweeping generalizations. Like one of the ones that he made recently is he's like, this is how you make a nice sauce for your steak. Every steakhouse does this. Every steakhouse uses cheap meat and covers it in sauce. And it's like, what are you talking about? What are you fucking talking about, Google? You're
every
just
steakhouse
lying.
has an item on the menu that's covered in sauce. Maybe.
But this is what he just blanket statement says. He's like, every steakhouse does this. They use cheap meat and make a delicious sauce. And it's like, you're just lying to me. You don't have to lie to me, Google. Tell me the truth, damn it. God damn it. Anyway, that's what I got on Google Foods. I fucking hate him. And I cannot stop watching him out of hate.
I'll always watch. I'm gonna keep watching. Yeah,
I know. I will never stop.
He's just a moron.
God, and the thing is like the sous vide everything channel is like that distilled down to its most basic element, where it's like it's oh god, one of these ones was so gross it made me want to fucking vomit. He took different meals from different fucking fast food restaurants and made quote unquote compound butter out of them.
That one's the best.
I was throwing up in my mouth watching this fucking video. He's like, I put this entire meal from Taco Bell into a blender.
Oh,
it's
that's
like,
a great one.
You're a degenerate.
That's just a good idea. No, that's great.
I was gagging, actively gagging. Oh my god, so horrible. This fucking piece of shit. And the thing is like, I went back and watched one of his videos from 2 years ago, and it's like actually just a decent instructional, cooking video where it's this really even-tempered presentation, and it's not like making these insane fucking like over-the-top declarations about the quality constantly. It's just, and then he's over the last 2 years really cranked up the absurdity in a way where it's like it's not
what YouTube does to a nigga.
I mean, obviously it's all just clickbait. Like everything's clickbait, but I just can't stop watching it.
We mean but it's kind of the thing with clickbait.
He made this fucking he made a tomahawk steak, and he's like, I'm going to dip this steak in cheese. And it's like, why?
He covered a steak in like Parmesan, like a chicken parm.
I dry aged this steak.
And they're like, this is amazing.
I dry aged this steak in my ass for an entire month. And
he'll cover a steak in something for a day and be like, this is aged. every time we bring up Guga, that's the thing that I always go to. It's like he calls everything aged because it sat in his fridge for 24 hours.
Yeah.
This is aged in salt for 24 hours.
I aged this steak in my stomach, and I'm going to regurgitate it and feed it to Angel.
This aged steak isn't looking very good. Let's try it out. Just licking.
I'm gonna dry age this steak in my cum. Cum is filled with MSG.
Angel, what do you think of that shit? Man, I don't like this.
I can't believe you make me eat this, man.
Bro,
try it, Angel.
Bro, this is like shit right here. Bro, don't curse, bro.
That's right.
But it is my shit. You're right.
That's right, Angel. You found it out. It's my shit, dude.
Give me 5. It is my shit. This boy is getting so good. I tell you, man. He's going to be better than me at identifying shit.
Is there a little bit of citrus? That's right, Angel. I put oranges in my ass, bro.
I ate a whole box of lemon peels before I shit this, Angel.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that's good.
Fuck this guy. I love him.
Yeah, he's the best. I bet his steaks are so good.
Well, yeah.
He's made so many fucking steaks.
If you get him to not give you the steak that's been dry aged in dirt, I'm sure it's really fucking good. Yeah,
the standard, the Guga steak. Yeah. I just ate a steak tonight. I'm fasting again.
I was thinking about doing that. What kind of steak you cook, buddy?
That was a grass-fed ribeye.
So you're eating a $20 steak every 3 days?
No, I got a pack of 2 for $20. They're not huge.
Nice.
Maybe.
Nice, dude.
Maybe like, I don't know.
Are you doing a ridiculous 3-day fast thing again, or are you?
No, that was only 48 hours.
Are you doing OMAD? What are you doing?
No, 48-hour fasting.
That's what you're on right now.
Yeah, and then I eat one meal every 2 days. Yeah,
but that sounds pretty manageable.
This was the first cycle, so I just ate for the first time since Monday evening.
Was that satisfying?
Yeah, I was gonna because I had to watch a 2.5-hour movie and then do a podcast, and there's like a 60% chance I have crazy diarrhea after eating on these fasts.
If you need a dip at some point, I can just fill.
No, I'm fine.
With
But
okay, cool.
But I was deciding whether or not to eat tonight or tomorrow morning, and I was just, it's like normally you don't like it's not, you can just like not eat, but when you like when I don't know, I just ended up like standing around thinking about like whether or not I should eat. And finally, I found a good enough excuse, which was like, well, I'm going to want to eat on Friday because I might be hanging out with Steven. So I should eat today because that'll be 2 days. So
you're definitely going to want to eat in preparation for Daisy of Love.
That's, yeah.
You need that energy.
Watching that. Yeah. Hungry. Yeah. Our friend Connor is moving to Nebraska early.
He's officially moving? Wait, what? Is he paying up the rest of his lease?
I think so.
His rental?
Yeah.
He fucking better.
And he's moving like whenever, maybe this week, maybe next week.
That's the weird thing about this whole process is that he's like, I'm like, when are you moving? He's like, I don't know yet. And it's like, what do you mean? God, you're moving across the country.
He's just gonna, I don't know. Yeah. So, yeah, we the three of us hung out and we finally watched that Aronofsky Noah's Ark movie.
Oh God, Noah. How was that?
That's just as bad as I expected. It's trash.
Nice.
Yeah, most of that movie.
Who's in that?
What's that?
Who's in that? Like Emma Watson and
Emma Watson's in that. Yeah, and Noah is wait, it's Russell Crowe, not Hugh Jackman.
Yeah,
Russell Crowe.
I'm gonna watch that fucking Master and Commander movie soon. I've heard that movie's sick.
Oh, you haven't seen it?
No.
Oh, dude, that movie rules.
Yeah, that's going to be on my list here this week.
Oh, yeah, that shit rocks. Yeah, but Noah is just like, they had to fill in all these like gaps in the Bible, and they just made it into silly, dumb Avatar video game world.
Oh, cool. Hold on.
Most of the movie is Noah contemplating whether or not he should kill a baby.
That's pretty cool. This is one of my favorite images, which is from the Wikipedia page for Master and Commander, and it's like a naval cadet going to Seamaster.
That's on the Wikipedia page.
Yeah. And it's got it's just the cat in the hat.
The cat in the hat, popcorn. And what's on his Coke bottle?
Me.
I think that's just the movie theater.
Yeah, it's killing me though.
God, that
every time I go to this Wikipedia page, I see that shit.
That is an incredible image,
is this,
dude? Wow.
I know it's gold.
Is that a real Navy uniform?
Yeah, no,
like
he's a seaman apprentice from the Navy.
No way.
Don't make fun of our friends,
dude. There's
in the Navy.
No way.
That is a seaman apprentice attending special department in the Navy screening of Master Commander.
Holy shit! They did that on purpose. Whoever's on Wikipedia is fucking yucking it up.
Yeah, this is the friend of this guy happens to be a Wikipedia editor.
Like, dude, he's like waiting for him to find it. Like, dude, you call me a seaman apprentice? You fucking piece of shit. Imagine waiting 10 years for that payoff until he finally just happens to look up Master.
I mean, look at this guy's shit.
He's afraid to, like, oh, this shit, there's a camera there. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, there's a flashes on him.
It's a good thing I got my one medal. It'd be so funny if that guy was stealing honor. Stealing valor.
A man steals honor as he goes.
Stealing valor for the Navy is so funny. And wearing the silliest Navy cosplay possible, not like a Marine or a Navy SEAL.
No, you're wearing the dopiest fucking outfit. You're wearing this bowl for a hat,
pretending to be a seaman.
You got a citrus juicer on your fucking head.
Imagine how much rain that thing catches.
Yeah, what the fuck? Boats and shit. I love how there's ghosting around the hat. It's like a long-ish exposure because it looks like it's about like a 15th of a second exposure.
So he's sort of standing still. He's like, oh,
yeah,
he's
he's turning. You can see he's actually no, he's not. Because you can see the smearing. He's turning toward the counter. Very fucking weird. This bitch is mid fucking motion. He's
Looks
about
like
to
he's
sneeze behind
tilting
the
his
counter.
head a little bit, going like, eh?
Let's look at these prices. We got popcorn. We got the medium popcorn here for $3.75. That's not bad.
That is not bad at all.
You had a small soda for $2.75. Damn, that was the fucking time, man.
$2.75 that's a lot for a soda.
No, it's not. Not in a movie theater, dude. Movie
Well,
theater
not in a
soda,
movie
that's
theater,
fucking-
but anywhere else,
Yeah.
that's ridiculous. But I'd pay $3 for a big old, for a bag of popcorn. But
yeah. So my stomach can feel like garbage the entire day. I can't eat popcorn anymore.
No?
Popcorn destroys me. Yeah.
That's
What else is playing? We got Runaway Jury, Matrix Revolutions back there. Come on. Oh,
man.
Mike Myers as the cat in the hat.
We watched. Did you know that I wanted to watch the Chronicles of Riddick movies, which it turns out there's only one and also a remake in 2013, or maybe it's a sequel.
It's when Near Dark or
Pitch Black.
Pitch Black. Pitch Black. That's it. Near Dark is the Bigelow movie.
I had no idea that character was from. Like, I didn't know he was like kind of a spin-off character. Like, he's sort of the main character of that movie, but not. But there's just a movie doesn't have Riddick in the title that has Riddick in it, and so we watched
Pitch
that.
Black.
Pitch Black. And
How
was
is
like,
that?
oh, I don't know about like a movie from like the year 2000 or 1999 set in a desert. It sounds like it's gonna be like really overexposed and look like shit. And oh boy,
Nice.
it was so much worse than I could have possibly imagined. Eventually, it's called because the first half of the movie they're on this desert planet where it's way too bright. There's 3 suns, but then there's an eclipse and the rest of the movie is really dark. So, but the part of the movie where it's way too bright, it's like a total like artificial like digital brightness where and it's also colored, so like the whole movie is just fucking blue, like in the way that the Matrix is green but times 50, and it's blue. It looks nuts. It is so obnoxious.
So you did not like it.
It was pretty. Some parts were funny.
I see.
Maybe we'll watch that the Chronicles of Riddick.
Maybe you should watch the Chronicles of Riddick: Dark Fury, released by Universal Cartoon Studios.
Oh, is there like an anime?
Korean. This is Patrick Chung, who did Eon Flux.
Oh,
and
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that guy. Let's see.
I have to get really into. I bet there's an Underworld cartoon too. Everything back then had like a cartoon spin-off. Like every one of those Aeon Flux things. Once we exhaust early 2000s like bad sci-fi action movies, we got to get to all the cartoons of them.
Yeah, for sure. I was gonna rewatch all the Friday the 13th movies. I think I'm gonna start doing that right now.
Seem like it's worth doing.
They're the best, dude. They're the best. Let's see. Here are the ones that are good. Number 1 sucks. Number 2 is good. Number 3, everybody fucking hates, but I love 3 because of the campy 3D effects. Number 4 is good.
Like 5 of those.
5 sucks. 6 is good. 7 sucks. 8 is Jason Takes Manhattan, I think, which is good. Final Friday sucks. Jason X is great. And then the remake sucks.
Well, thanks for that. I'll get
right
on that. Yeah.
Anyway, now that we're done talking about these other movies that are entertaining, it's
finally time. It's like you've been waiting 8 years. Hey, you waited 8 years. You can wait a little longer.
It was 9 because I watched a cam rip in 2012.
So for you it was yeah. You were just straight up. I guess we were both in high school. Oh my god, that's so funny.
My head was on a tilt the entire time as I was watching this camera slowly tilt over.
The guy's just falling asleep.
Yeah, the camera's slowly moving over. Yeah, it was like half of the movie where the
I can't adjust it because someone's gonna notice.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. Yeah. But yes, this is the sequel to Evangelion 3.0, or also known as Evangelion Q. This one is Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.01 in the home release.
I think there's a 1 at the end.
There is. The version that I watched was titled Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.01 in the Amazon version. That is the official version that's been released globally.
All right.
Yeah, it's the final rebuild of Evangelion film after all this time. Hideaki Anno fucked around and just made like the best Godzilla movie ever. And then he's like,
That's
okay,
true.
I'll finish this Evangelion bullshit.
Get back to it. And then he cracked his knuckles and he made this.
You've probably seen this movie at this point.
Or you've seen gifts from it.
In news, I have not yet. I've been too busy to look at any of this shit. So
I knew everything that happened in this like 6 months ago, I think. You didn't?
Okay, I managed to avoid everything the entire way. Yes, 100%.
Okay. Huh.
And as I've been making a movie, it was really easy.
Yes, yeah.
And yeah, it picks up. How much do we just want to cover the whole story, or do we just want to talk about the shit?
I don't know.
All right, here, real briefly.
You know, we just watched it. I finished it like an hour ago. Exactly.
Picks up immediately where 3.0 leaves off.
Yes.
At least for the main storyline, which is Shinji, the Rei clone, and Asuka are walking through the wasteland of Japan, and they get picked up.
Well, let's. What did you think of this movie?
I absolutely fucking loved it. I was so happy. I was enamored with it. I think that Hideaki Anno absolutely fucking delivered. There are qualms that I have with it visually, like aesthetically. I think the aspect ratio does not lend itself to a lot of the stuff that's going on in this. And I think a lot of the CG looked wonky in a way that was really distracting. However, narratively and conceptually, I was pretty much on board with every single decision that was made in this movie. What about you, my friend?
I've been a real negative Nancy these past 15 years. Or I guess 10 years that I've been watching these films every time they come out. And but this time I really gotta put my foot in my mouth, and I gotta say that he really pulled it all together, and I think he made the whole thing worthwhile. And I think this is probably one of the best anime films I've ever seen.
There's not your genuine opinion.
No, I'm just kidding. This was a mess, obviously.
Oh, no, I loved it. Oh, I loved it. Oh, I loved it.
This is
what? Okay,
nightmare.
What did you like about it? If you did like anything in it,
I really liked that one song that played at the end. I liked what he did with Mari. We'll get into that. That's important. Okay. I'll admit, because it's the last Evangelion. It's like it's finally over. It's like the last one.
Yes.
So when the spear is going through all the different Evas, I got a little misty. For some reason, that part specifically, I don't know why.
Goodbye, all Evangelions.
Yeah. Well, that was in the title of that's the tagline, so I knew that was coming. There's there's a lot of he was like, what meta references have I not made? What else did I like? Okay, no, it has the funniest. I'll skip right to this. The funniest thing that's ever happened in any Evangelion. It's one of the funniest things I've seen in years, which is that there's a scene where someone is pointing a gun at Shinji, and they're about to shoot him, and then there's a gunshot from off screen, and it's someone else also trying to shoot him.
Yeah, of course. Two characters who have barely been in these movies are really pissed.
But it's just
I'm going to be the one.
But it's the interrupting gunshot. But it's like, no, I'm also trying to kill him. And it's not played for comedy. Oh my god!
They both break down and start crying, and everybody
they both don't know how to shoot guns because they're women.
This is at the point in the movie where Shinji is too cool for school. He's unflappable. He's completely unflappable.
He becomes Tux Peppa. He's like, you know what? Just stop caring.
and he's like, I have been so depressed that a woman had to force feed me in time now. So I'm like, no, everything's chill. Actually,
yes.
I adored it, man. I fucking loved it.
I knew you would. I knew you would.
Well, because I love the. Okay, fuck it. Who even cares? You guys have seen this, but at this point, I'm going to assume that you've seen this. I love the inversion. I loved redeeming trying to at least understand Gendo Ikari after 25 fucking years. 25 years, Gendo Ikari has been an absolute bastard, and his motivations are understood, but never tangibly
I thought,
felt.
wasn't it always known that he just wanted to see his wife?
It's
I thought
sad.
that was always the thing.
But Shinji making the decision to try to understand his dad and bridge that gap, very mature. It's a mature decision to make in the movie,
Sure.
and I like it as like we've already done. Shinji is like absolutely mortified by his father and is thrust into the situation where he has to basically steer the ship of human instrumentality. I like him using that to bridge the one connection that eludes him the entire history of the show and the entire history of the property. Basically,
There's
is that he's
the,
always
what about
been
the one with
mortified.
his mom?
The mom stuff has always been so esoteric I can't really parse it. Whereas like the Gendo thing is tangible and has been there forever, and I like him attempting to redeem his dad, partly because it reminds me of Star Wars.
Gendo is so Chunibyo in this. He's literally a final boss.
Oh yeah, he fucking puts it.
He's immortal. He's immortal. He's immortal, and he gets in his own like Super Eva, and he flies away like a video game boss. He's just a video game boss.
I love it.
And they're like, now you have to go fight your dad. And it's like, this is a fucking video. Fuyutsuki is like a mini boss. They just like this is like a series of this is a boss rush.
So there's basically three sequences in the film. There's the first, there's the opening sequence of the movie, which is
there's sad montage. There's wacky airship fight that lasts 45 minutes, and then there's nonsense.
Okay, so the parts that I loved the most, is I loved everything going on in that village.
Of course,
I love the village. I love the whole like aesthetic of the place. I love the atmosphere. I just love seeing that because like 3.0 is completely devoid of like any humanity at all, and like getting to see that, see where characters are at, see what the world looks like, see them trying to persevere and carry on. I have a beeping. Hold on, there's something beeping over here. It's like,
did you set your house on fire?
Shut the fuck up.
He dropped a bunch of incense on the floor earlier.
Okay. All right. Got a fucking battery beeping because I haven't charged it. Anyway, fucking the stuff in the village I loved. The airship battle is like my eyes rolled back into my head a little bit just because I don't think like the CG stuff really kind of lost me. But I was pulled back in by all of the character stuff going on with you got Misato and where she's been at and everything. Man, fuck.
She's been in the same boat for okay. Let's we should sort of go through the
Okay.
At least I have some notes.
Got notes. Okay.
First of all, there is why the fuck even have a recap? Imagine seeing that and being like, "Oh, I get it. I get what's going on." Why? Who was that for? Is Pink Lady? Is she from this movie? She's just started.
Pink Lady being pink hair lady. She's in 3.0.
She is. Oh, okay.
She's a bridge bunny on the Wonder in 3.0, which I've rewatched semi recently. So if you have any questions about that, I got you.
Okay, yeah, you told me that. Okay, you're right. So I don't remember her being in that movie at all.
She's in it briefly.
Yeah. And then we saw the first action scene. They did a first 10 minutes like video on YouTube, like a while ago. That really is just not a well-directed action scene. Besides just whining about CG because it's not good CG.
No,
it's just like shit spinning in the air and exploding, and there's no sense of scale when there's just stuff spinning around. And there's also two scenes in the movie that are exactly that. It's a thing. It's an Ava spinning in the air with a giant minigun, and just shit is fucking flying everywhere.
Hideaki Anno, a master of the 4x3 frame.
I wanted to try so hard to just avoid this sounding exactly like, all of the discussion that's been going on for 20 years about the Star Wars prequels, but it's just the same thing. It's all the same criticisms and all the same mistakes. It's just more, and there's fucking more money, so there's more fucking shit on the screen, and there used to be fucking there used to be limits and constraints, and that made them think about what they were doing, and now there's none, and it's
there are a couple things I did
there's
like
so
about
many
this.
shots. There's a lot of good shots in this movie, but there's so many shots where it's just a whole bunch of fucking shit on the screen.
The more that there's on the screen, the
It's
less
like,
I'm able to understand.
it's like one of those images where it's like a AI generated, like it's a bunch of objects, but none of them
Yeah.
make any sense, and you're like,
Yeah, of
"Whoa,
course.
my brain's broken." Wah.
Which is one of my criticisms of this film is that, but not only is the aspect ratio a problem in that, like, it makes it harder to compose. Hideaki Anno, one of the finest composers of the 4:3 image ever. If you watch Evangelion, the dude was a fucking master, period. And in this aspect ratio, he's completely lost. And now with CGI cameras and being able to whip around everywhere, he's just like hurling the camera all over these environments. And I can't follow a fucking thing that's going on. So, like, that's an issue. Right. In this, especially in this sequence in particular, and this, when they released these 15 minutes, I think I said this on the podcast because I just watched it before we recorded it at one point. I was like, I am very concerned because because I'm like, this is mind numbing. Like, and that being said, there are things I did like in the sequence. I liked the silly robot, or the silly Evangelion legs.
I like the silly robot too.
The silly Evangelion legs that were transporting the fucking Gauss cannon or wherever the fuck. I liked how they walked all goofy. I liked that Nerve's technology has been getting further and further removed from humanity, and it's like they're just straight up putting half of an Evangelion as transport now. It's fucked up and weird and strange.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, this was a lot to do. Like the fucking Eiffel Tower is being used as a spear to kill a fucking angel.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first sequence is a little off-putting.
Yeah, and then there's a really long, just like, hey everyone, it's Toji. Hey everyone, it's class rep. They have a baby together. Hey everyone, it's Kensuke. Hey everyone, Misato and Kaji had a son. He's here too. Everyone's fucking here. Did Kaji die in one of the other movies? Did he have a scene where he died? Oh, so, that was actually a flashback that we didn't know about.
Kaji was alluded to have disappeared in 3.0.
Yes.
Toji, it was in 3.0. Shinji puts on a shirt at one point that has Toji's name on it while he's at Nerve, and the implication was that Toji had been a pilot, but I think that might have just been a holdover because everybody in that class was supposed to be a potential pilot. So yeah, I don't know.
So we didn't see Kaji die, but they say he had to be sacrificed to stop the. It's weird because they keep mentioning the third impact. You never know which one they're talking about because there's like 2 third impacts now.
There's near third impact, and then there's third impact, which does happen in 3.0.
No, but it's also called fourth impact sometimes. It's god damn it.
Yeah.
But
no. And this is another thing: is that my enjoyment of this film is 100% predicated upon me actively not engaging with the jargon at all. And just anytime there's jargon on the screen, I'm like, I am not going to retain any of this, and I'm just going to wait. And that did not bother me.
Also, it's like they retroactively, like, I thought the reason the third impact didn't happen in 2.22, 2.0, whatever, is because Shinji finally grew a pair and actually did something for once. And that was like the break from the original series, but that wasn't actually him. It was because Kaji did something or something.
It's always been it. Yeah, no, it's always been it. So what happens is he initiates the third. This is said explicitly by Katsuragi at the end of 2.22, where he has the Evangelion unit has shed its mortal form and transcended the human limits, and is now an all-powerful being because of Shinji's will to pull Rei out of that one angel. So, and that's initiating third impact. And then I don't know if it's a post-credit scene or it's a fade to black and then come up from it on fucking homeboy Moon Gay stabbing him. Yeah, stabbing him with the spear. I'm pretty sure it's either a post-credit scene or a fade to black situation. But yes, it's explicitly stated that it is the third impact is here and the destruction of man is imminent.
Huh. Okay. But
I've seen that movie a lot.
So Kaworu stopped it, or he helped, or something.
He helped. I believe my guess would be that Kaji helped him attain the spear, and that was the sacrifice that occurred.
Okay.
Was that he had to sacrifice himself to get the spear, because that's what happens in the end with Misato in this film. Is she sacrifices herself to create a spear. So that's the spear that is then used to stop third impact.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. This is wow. Okay. Why do I know all this shit? All right.
Yeah, I don't know. So there's a really they're in like a simple farming village now because the world's sort of ended, and everyone from Shinji's school is here. There's a really funny montage where Rei is just sort of experiencing every possible human activity while Shinji is just sad for seemingly months. It was so funny. I thought it was gonna cut to her just like doing taxes, and then she's golfing, and then she's like in a helicopter, and then she's
got this human pressed expression on her. She's so this is heart surgery.
Spoon? Yeah, yes.
What's that?
yeah.
I loved it. I love it.
So this is.
So this is menstruation.
So this is a Chevy Cruze. I see. Yeah, and he's just sitting in the same spot the whole time, and then he stops being sad about Kaworu's head exploding, and I kind of felt for him for a bit, and then they give him his job, and his job is to fish. And he doesn't even have to be good at it.
Now I understand. And
he's still sad. I'm like, man, you know what? Okay, I was with you for these first 14 years, but you know what? Fuck you. You're a sad fag, dude. Shut up.
Freeloader. I guess.
He gave you a rod. He was like, go nuts. And
it's a nice rod.
Oh, my friend's head exploded. Anyways.
My boyfriend's head exploded.
Yeah. And so, and then also Rei number 2 explodes. Didn't the first one also already have an arc where she learns? There was a second Rei, and then she just did the same thing again. She learned about just a bunch of stuff about humanity and emotions, and then she died. What the whole point of that was.
I think it's supposed to be this analog where the idea is that Rei, the new Rei, is a distinct person, and okay, hold on. I think that the new Rei is a distinct person and is willing to continue to try to understand this world in spite of the fact that there's like this previous life that she lived that is kind of hers and is kind of not hers. And is happy for that moment, like, not living as like the shell of this other person, but as her own individual, basically. I don't know. I think it worked.
Character arcs are tough in a movie. You got
That's not. I've been drinking a little bit at this point.
Yeah.
A fine Japanese whiskey, I have to say. This is the Sun In, and it's quite good.
That means the third, I think.
And it's damn good. Hold on, I'm gonna pour myself a little more. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know. I think there's something about that Rei building herself up from basically completely scratch, whereas the Rei that we see in Evangelion is the one that we start with. It has at least some rudimentary understanding of the world and isn't like as just debilitatingly inept as this Rei, but even still, she manages to integrate into society in spite of that. And in spite of the baggage that she carries and the fact that she's carrying the baggage of being a look-alike, is what they call her. I don't know. I think that's important to Shinji.
But then they
And
were like,
Shinji,
we got to get rid of her somehow. And then they came up with some contrived reason for her to explode.
she still enjoyed her time here.
You're not we're talking on two completely different levels. I'm talking about the process of writing this. And you're just like, no, she enjoyed it. She had fun.
Yeah, it makes sense to me. I mean, like, she's fucking. She can't exist. They fucking Gendo intentionally made her fucked up. You know, intentionally
Why?
didn't finish her.
Why though?
So that she couldn't leave him in the way that the previous Ray had disobeyed him. You know, it's the Ray and well, I mean, she could only get so far, and then even still, it was a way to stab at Shinji. You know, maybe he figured that death would be enough to stop her from desiring, having the desire to be separate individual from him, or like outside of his control. But apparently, he was wrong. He misjudged humans again, as he always does. It's his failing.
So then, after another one of Shinji's friends explodes, now he decides to stop being sad and to get back on the airship for no reason. And everyone has orders to shoot Shinji if he even gets close to an Evangelion, which is very funny. he's just like, this is all my fault, and everyone's like, yeah, this is all his fault. Fucking don't let him do this again. He keeps doing it. And then there's so many songs with bad English lyrics in this. Oh my god. Every scene is like, a song will come on and be like, okay, this is...
There are like three.
No, there's like 5, dude. It's happening constantly. And the lyrics are bad. And they make...
Shout out to Shiro Sagisu.
They turn the scenes into... It was very distracting. Okay, expert on 3.0. I have a question. Why is this all happening now again? Usually movies, when something's happening, there's like a reason for it to be happening at this particular time. Like something gets found, or like there's some impetus for the story to start. But this one, everything is happening just at this particular time. But there's been no... What started all this? There's a bit of a 14-year time skip, right? It's still 14 years in the future. I know we started off from the end of the last movie, but why is this all happening now? That was what was throwing me off.
Well, so they managed to recover Shinji in 3.0 because he was in outer space.
Why did they want him?
They wanted him. Well, what happened was there was an angel in space, and Mari and Asuka went up to fight the angel. And when they defeated the angel, they found Shinji in like stasis up in this pod in space, and they brought him back down to Earth. And they're like, well, we can't let him back into society because he fucking destroyed everything. So he comes out of So it's that he is discovered again while destroying an angel in space. That's that whole sequence at the beginning of 3.0 where they're in space.
Yeah. Okay.
And then, so that occurs.
Sure.
And then he's abducted by Gendo. Anyway, yeah. And the reason this is happening now, well, Gendo springs this plan to inspire. So at the end of 3.0, there is a fourth impact that occurs, and then that sets up Gendo for his final plan here.
Sure.
Because he's now got an activated Evangelion unit, which he can use to do his instrumentality. That's the unit that Kaworu dies in, and Shinji gets shot out of, and that's an activated unit, and he's going to use it to spring his plan. So now there's a level of like, now there's
all right,
an
whatever.
urgency.
So then
okay, yeah, well, yes, there's a reason for it. Yeah, you have to. When did you last watch 3.0?
Fucking 2013. Okay, so yeah, so that's part 1 of the movie. Then there's wacky airship fight, and Anno loves old anime, and he loves what are they called? He loves big monster things. He loves kaiju.
They play a very silly like 80s song
when they play silly Japanese trumpet 80s song.
Yes.
with wacky airship fight, and then they just start flying into nonsense, and then there's just like multiple scenes in a row where there's just like thousands of CG bodies flying and hitting everything on the screen.
So the part where I really fell in love with the movie is is when Mari and Asuka are just careening down into this like seemingly infinite chasm, and then there's this like crazy radial symmetry going on from within this portal, and that shit was like that was hitting me. This movie gets kind of psychedelic at a certain point.
Yeah, there are some shots in this movie that are nice. They're good. There's good trippy imagery. There's like 3. I like the opening shot. It's like the Eiffel Tower from the bottom, and then there's a similar one later. I think it's a callback.
There's like there's this spike that comes out of the portal, which is like comprised of.
It looks like that
bodies.
Vegetable, that crazy fractal vegetable.
It's fucking sick. And then there's obviously
there's a lot more scenes. There's a lot more scenes where it's just like, well, there's fucking Evangelions everywhere. There's billions of them, and they're all flying, and they're all going at a lower frame rate than everything else.
There's like a lot of instances of radial symmetry later in the movie that I was really digging. Also during the confrontation between Shinji
during that really bad fight. So yeah, there's just tons of fucking nonsense on the screen, and it goes on for half an hour. Also, one compliment I will give: there's so much ass in this movie. Like so many shots are like, hey, there's a butt in the foreground. It's pretty.
I would like to make this other observation, which is everything in the movie that is 100% 2D looks fucking unbelievable. Like everything in that town that is like 2D looks fucking
to the
great.
Other movies. Yeah,
it's composed really well. The color palette's fucking beautiful. There's never like any point during like those sequences where it's anything less than like
it's sharp.
High production
there's
value.
Not a lot of 2D like I can't think of any crazy like movement animation sequences of action in the movie.
No, they immediately go into this CGI Evangelion fucking nonsense.
Yeah, there's good shots that are like of people's eyeballs. It's like, oh, that's a good looking eyeball.
There are a couple of sequences which I think are a combination of 2D and CG. There's 2 during the sequence where Shinji's in the village. One of them is of Kensuke coming to the top of a hill, and it's like Shinji's POV bouncing as he's following him, and it's like the most organic looking integration of handheld film, like a live action film translated into 2D. Yeah. And then there's also this thing, which I believe that this is it's not quite as seamless, but it's a really good idea, which is like this handheld shot of Asuka force feeding Shinji.
That was wacky, yeah.
I really liked that move, and I thought it really conveyed a lot of energy.
Yeah. So just a lot of action for a while. This is where we get spinning in the air with a giant minigun in scene number 2. And then it gets we start to have systems, and there's things happening, and
there are 6 spears now or something, and like this is when I'm like, this jargon means nothing to me.
Yeah, I'll look up what happened in this in like 8 years and later be like, why did I do that? And I'll just read a wiki article for 6 hours that was written by someone who doesn't speak English. But Asuka has a Tenga egg in her eye socket, and she pulls it out, and she goes berserk, and there's just so many machines, and they have all this technology, and it's very sci-fi, and I never really thought about like they built their way to protect these pilots, these kids, from getting out of their possession was to build exploding collars to put on their necks, and they didn't really think that there's like literal magic involved here. Like there's angels and gods and magic and ghosts, and they're like, we'll put a thing on them that makes their head explode. And so Asuka gets teleported away before her by a ghost of herself, whoever that is. Whatever. I guess she's also Asuka number 2. I don't know what happened to the first one or whatever. But then her collar explodes without her.
Asuka could have. I would imagine Asuka died during 2.22 when that Evangelion. Well, she could have been they could have loaded part of her consciousness into, because they got a bunch of clones. You can see that in this movie. They do a flashback to all of the other units. Yeah. And she's like, but yeah, anyway. I don't know. I mean, it's also the thing of like these are kids, so I don't know if they expect them to get into situations where they're going to be able to get this fucking. The kids are so out of their fucking league here, you know. Like what the fuck is Shinji is so depressed he can't do anything. You know, the collar is probably enough of an
until he decides not to.
Right.
Yeah. Another question: why is Shinji here again? Like he's like, I'm going, but then he goes and like apparently doesn't plan on doing anything until he has to, and I don't know why. I don't know how he knows when. He always knows when he's needed, even though it's like there's no way anyone could possibly understand what's happening here. And he
wants to go confront his father.
But somehow he knows that he can. How does he even know that there's still a robot available for him to get in, or that he's able to go into this crazy rainbow black hole, or that his father is even capable of communication anymore? There's all this stuff. Everyone's turning into fucking gods. I guess he saw him, but it's like, how do you know?
Last time he saw his dad, his fucking dad was still a human, dude. So like, and he just knows that they're going to go confront Nerve for the final showdown, right? So for his perspective, it's like, this is my only chance ever to get, which is ultimately what he ends up doing, is confronting his dad, right? This is probably the last chance he'll ever have to do this. So it's like, yeah, I'll go for it,
Yeah, there's a part where their airship gets hacked by Seal, and I thought it was funny that all their screens had to turn into a logo of Seal, like they're fucking 90s hackers. Like they might as well have put it like a gif of a laughing skull.
You say the magic word.
Yeah. Is that from Hackers?
No, that's from Jurassic Park.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Every hacker in the 90s, he was like that. So
well, it's just slam dunking on them. It's like, I hacked your system, motherfucker.
Aren't Seal all tanged at this point? Are they hacking from the ooze?
At this point, no. We haven't really seen much of Sele at this point. Because they didn't get instrumentality like they did in End of Evangelion. No, not. No, when was the last time we even saw them? I think we saw them in 3.0. They're in 3.0.
All right.
But they've been robots, bro. They've been fucking, like, those totems that's like the remnants of their sentience, which has been uploaded to computers. So like,
no, because in End of Evangelion, there's a scene where they turn into goop.
No, but even when they turn into goop, you can see that they have robot insides. So and a lot of them are like, that's only the main guy who sits at the head of the table. Everybody else is it's like their brains and their brain stems and everything have been are on those totems.
Okay, gotcha.
Holy shit! I know way too much about Evangelion.
This is good. No, we really need this. Yeah, so everyone's turning into
I have literally every answer. I have literally every single answer.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like you're kind of flying by the seat of your pants on some of them, but at least you have an answer.
Well, a lot of the narrative things from this movie are like, I'm still processing, Like when I first finished the movie, I was like, I am still somewhat kind of like figuring out how I feel about this. And then like 2 hours later, I'm like, okay, yeah, I fucking loved it. And like, because I was just thinking about the things in the movie that I really enjoyed, but yeah, like the stuff that's concrete from like previous movies, I got all that shit,
Right. Yeah. There's more fucking bodies flying through the air. Gendo is very Chunibyo. Everything is Chunibyo. We're getting stuff getting pulled out of eye patches, and eye patches getting torn off dramatically.
Mari gets her real name revealed, and it means nothing to me.
Her name's Maria.
Well, and then Iscariot, which I looked it up, and apparently Judas's last name is Iscariot.
Okay.
And it's like he's calling her a traitor, but like Fuyutsuki, you're a traitor too. You're letting her do this. You're letting her go be a titty monster in the new world.
Yeah. Also, like, what is he letting her do again? We'll get to it. Oh,
Uh,
jeez, don't even start.
okay,
Don't even
okay,
fucking
okay, okay, okay,
start.
okay,
Don't
okay.
start. Do not start because I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna ask you the question, and then
I'm gonna start.
No,
I'm gonna start.
No, not yet. But I'm gonna ask you the question.
Okay.
You're gonna start, and I'm just gonna take my headphones off and walk away for like 14 minutes.
Okay. Yeah.
But we'll get to it. We're not there yet.
Okay.
There's an extra bad set of lyrics that made me just I almost ruined the scene. Like they should make a version of this without these fucking song lyrics because it's.
I'm
like,
not listening. I wasn't listening to any of that shit. I wasn't reading them lyrics, dude. I was fucking.
You don't have to read. You can just hear it. It's like, oh no, it's just.
I wasn't even listening to
just
that
a guy
shit.
being like, I didn't know that this. Yeah, it's.
Okay, but okay. Now you're shitting on this music, which I did not even process. Did you enjoy the Latin-inspired fucking Shiro Sugisu instrumentals earlier in the film, which are inappropriate for being in Paris?
The ones were they also in English?
No, it was instrumentals. It was like reorchestrations.
Oh, like the that reminded me. Oh, it was like with the guitar, with like the acoustic.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that reminded me of Ace Combat Zero, so it was fantastic. Yes.
That fucking Shiro Sugisu's original score for this movie, when they're not just going to pop music, goes hard as a motherfucker. It's so good. I loved all of like the music they had during those Vile sequences and shit.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Wait, the what? The Vile?
It's Wile, but it's pronounced Vile.
Oh no, in the ship. Or wait, no,
yeah.
the ship is.
Well, the ship is the Wonder. The organization is Wile or Vile.
Oh right, okay, right, yes, right. That's probably. I assume that's Will.
Damn, I really am going to go off for like 14 minutes. Okay, you're gonna have to give me a heads up so I can get a drink.
I'm just gonna walk. Oh, you have to get a drink first.
You'll have to let me know when you're gonna do that so I can go get a drink and prepare for my fucking rambling.
Okay. But okay, so, yeah, Shinji decides to pilot again for really no reason. I mean, he's like passively suicidal for most of the movie, and he's like, had another friend explode on me, so I guess I'll just get back in the robot.
Well, it's her desire for him. It's her desire for him, and to she leaves an impact on him as an individual. She sees that even in her limited time, she wants to live as a human, and that inspires him to go confront the one thing in his life. What Ray? The Ray clone inspires him to go confront the one thing that has held him back from integrating into society his entire life, which is his father.
Yeah. And then there's the worst fight that looks terrible. And it's like, what? No, don't do this. And it looks really bad. And then they just start revisiting sets. But they're literally sets. And they break through the walls, and there's cameras behind it. And they revisit they're in Misato's apartment, and then they're in the classroom, and then they're in where the fuck else are they? They're in all the places you remember. They did it again, and then they just start making spears. Misato's like, let's make a spear. We can just do that on this boat. On a whale boat, and then stuff keeps happening. There's a lot of super cool vaporwave album covers, and stuff's turning into other stuff, and Mari's doing something. I don't know. We get introduced to a bunch of mini bosses for Mari to fight, and then she kills them off screen. And it comes back to her, and she's like, okay, I took care of all those guys that we set up pretty dramatically. And then there's Christmas music. And then a bunch more stuff happens, and Mari's pretty cool. And then
Mari's like, I'm gonna come get you, Shinji. Don't worry.
She keeps saying it. She's not lying. Yeah. So, okay. So, I'm about to ask it. You should get ready.
Okay, hold on. Let me go get my drink. I'm gonna pee.
You go get
you vamp for 2 minutes.
Okay.
And when I come back, I'm ready to go.
Okay.
I'm ramped up. I'm gonna get cranked up.
All right. Yeah, get cranked, brother. Get fucking cranked. This is gonna be a disaster. Fuck. Oh, here's the crazy vegetable texture that they used. Oh, look at the design of the robot, though. I mean, it's just stinks. There's too much shit. It's like they were so sleek in the TV show, and it's just like there's so much shit on them. I didn't know that's meant to convey some kind of like, that they're like hacked together and they're kind of desperate, and they're a ragtag rogue group fighting Nerve and Sele, but it's like it looks bad. It just looks like shit. Yeah, I know there's some cool fractals going on behind it, but man, look at that fucking robot. Ugh.
Okay. All right. Hold on one second. All right.
Okay.
I'm here. I'm ready to grandstand filibuster for Evangelion.
Are you rubbing your hands together really excitedly?
Yeah. Let's quickening. Let's the fuck is the subtitle? What's the subtitle for this movie?
Thrice Upon a Time.
Thrice Upon a Time. I'm ready to explain this 3 times over. This is a great shot that you have up on the stream right now. This shit's sick.
Except for the robot. Okay. I was talking about that robot now. It looks like ass. It's too much shit.
I wasn't even looking at that robot.
I know.
I was looking at the spiral.
That's really the story of Evangelion, is I was not looking at the robot. So, okay.
Yes,
I will first say some things. So, for 12 years now, speculation about the point of Mari.
Yeah.
She was, in fact, important and probably was intended to be from the beginning. She was that lady in that picture with Shinji's mom.
Yes.
Somehow she has not aged. That's not the question. You can explain that part too if you want. But it is her. She's here to stop things. She's here to save everything. And she saves him, and she flips her hair real cool. And she shows up when they're
it's a great looking shot.
When they're in the animated Genga and they're storyboarded, and she does her glasses.
That's great stuff too.
It's pretty sweet. And she's here to stop the most speculated about thing, which is the fact that this has been or is now a time loop. What's going on with that? See ya.
Okay, so the time loop, huh? Well, let's break this down. So, in Evangelion 2.22, obviously, when Kaoru comes down to Earth, he says, "This time, I will finally make you happy." Right? Like, this is, like, obvious. It's laid out pretty much immediately from there, and any sort of speculation that occurred after the point of whether or not this is a time loop, it's like, well, duh. Like, they told you already, motherfucker. Okay? So, it seems like Kaoru and, to a certain degree, maybe Kaji, have ascertained means by which that they can influence this time loop that occurs. At the very minimum, Kaoru is here, and like it is in every iteration of this, and he keeps selecting Shinji as the one who is going to be able to, control, like basically take the reins of instrumentality and affect the outcome. And the outcome that's decided upon in Neon Genesis Evangelion and End of Evangelion is allowing people to allowing people to make the decision for themselves if they are going to reconstitute themselves, which is a kind of a good end, and this time around we have a more assertive version of Shinji, one who has come to terms with the fact that he needs to face his own personal demons, and he also believes that everybody can face their own personal demons and should do it. Rather than just given the opportunity to do it, he forces them to do it by removing Evangelions from the equation. And symbolically, Mari as a character is sort of like the breaking of this loop, because she's a character that does not exist in the original program. She doesn't exist in Neon Genesis Evangelion, and she's this X factor, right? So when she appears, she says that she's going to come get Shinji back, wherever he is, and that's like the lifeline that he has that allows him to go confront his father rather than just taking training. So this time around, Mari is the lifeline that allows him to confront his father without fear, knowing that she'll be there to bring him back regardless of what happens. And that's why we get a different end, and one that kind of closes the cycle, and that we're gone. Evangelions are gone, and everybody's able to move past it, right? So she ultimately represents the end of the true ending of Evangelion. Goodbye, all Evangelions, because sad boy Shinji is gone. There you go. Are you here? Oh, he's still fucking around. Okay. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I really Mari. There's like, she's been this X factor the entire time. She's really like the first indication in 2.22 that something is different. Because when she enters, she careens in face first, or tits first, into fucking Shinji's face, right? And it only makes sense that she's the one that closes the loop on this new iteration of Evangelion. Symbolically killing the hyper serious, very depressive version of Shinji, and opening him up to these sort of human interactions. I fucking loved that decision. It was like, I didn't even really get it at the time. I'm like, Mari's here and she's the one that's doing this. And then when it finished, I'm like, it makes complete sense, because it is this optimistic sort of, because like, Hideaki Anno has evolved as a person, and he's not the same depressive guy that he was when he made Evangelion originally. And he's able to confront the things in Evangelion that he was, addressing at the time. And in doing so, the way that he does that is by having Shinji confront his father, which is ultimately the conflict in Evangelion, is daddy issues, right? And the thing that lets Shinji do that is Mari, is like basically like a pretty lady. It's optimism incarnate, Throughout the entire thing, she's this optimistic figure, even in light of all the horrible shit that's going on. And she's this sort of like fan servicey element, she's like, she is the relentless optimism, and this hope beyond hope through all of this, that Shinji's going to make it out all right through people who are there for him, people who like him. And even if you have to confront these things in your life that bring you a lot of pain, like confronting your dad, there are still people who will bring joy, and it doesn't all have to be so serious, because at the end of the day, there will be people who help you bring you right back. So I don't know. It's a very cleansing, sort of purifying movie in a way, where it's like shedding all of this fucking baggage and diving into this stuff. And like, in the end, Shinji is literally being deconstructed on the ocean as a sad boy version of himself. And then fucking Mari shows up and brings it all to this beautiful Technicolor reality. I think it's fucking truly inspired stuff. And I don't care that it's sort of messy and like all over the place, because this particular sequence itself is so gorgeous. It really is like, it's really emblematic of the whole thing. I don't know. I did it. I explained it all.
So it was a time loop.
The time loop was yeah. I fucking love all the shit that he did with Mari. Because
she like, became really the only likable character at the end.
Well, I mean, Misato gets redeemed. We understand where Asuka's at, because she has to move on. She had to move on.
I didn't say they were bad people. I just said it's like Misato, for example. She didn't do, I don't know if she did anything wrong. I don't remember, but it's like everyone's just sad. And it's like
Well, Mari is this relentless optimism, and that's the thing that breaks the loop of Evangelion, and that's the thing that allows for Evangelion to end. It's like, sad boy Shinji's gone. He's been saved by this fucking pretty lady who just kind of embodies optimism.
He was already weirdly optimistic. He was like, again, he has that weird switch.
Yeah, but that's the lifeline that like he's able to believe her and take her at face value,
Right.
And oh god, I like the sequence on the beach is so fucking awesome.
They already
It's just
did that though. They already did the story. They were storyboards.
but yeah, but like it's
20,
specifically
30
the
years ago.
great like gradually breaking down in an organic way rather than like with it.
Why is it doing that?
It's he's being straying further and further.
When is
And
he?
he's going further and further into the anti universe. I got the answer.
You can't just say stuff like anti-universe and be like, "Yeah, I know what's going on." It's like the
Well, it's
opposite.
in the movie.
He's in opposite worlds.
It's in the movie. You see him go into it.
But an anti-universe, why is it like? Why is it
We
breaking down?
haven't
Why is
even-
it changing
yeah.
at all? Wouldn't it just be the same but opposite?
We haven't even talked about this. We haven't even talked about the Ray head. We haven't even
Oh,
talked
they
about
have a
the
really
CGI,
bad, silly-looking Ray head. Yeah.
which worked for me because it's so bizarre and off-putting in a way that like I if they just did, which I think it's a little cheap to go for the Ray head again. But if you're gonna do it, this is the weirdest fucking way you can do it because it is.
What about the stuff
off-putting.
they just did? What about the stuff they just did again, but not different? They did the wings again. The wings coming out of the thing.
There's a spin on it, and it's almost incidental to what is going on. There's
So's
one
the head.
shot in this movie that really bothers me, which is this like crane shot. One of the shots that bothers me in this movie is this crane shot during the sequence where Mari and Shinji are in the other world together, and it's like or a drone shot, and there's like stuff that's real and the stuff that's horrible CGI that's superimposed, and it's really fucking weird. I think it's the last shot of the entire movie, actually.
Oh, they're not in Otherworld. They're in New World, aren't they?
Right, yeah, that's what I'm saying. New World, like the world without Evangelions.
In the very, very last show. Well, I mean, I think just the people are animated, but that's just a drone shot.
No. If you no, it's not. If you look, like you can see it in like the trees and stuff. Those are fake.
Oh, maybe towards the beginning of the shot. That's Anno's hometown, I believe.
Yeah, so like those trees are inserted in there.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It worked for me, man. You know, it's not gonna work for everybody.
They try to finish up Asuka's backstory in like 2 minutes. They were like, "Oh right, we didn't. This is a TV show, so we can't give her 2 whole episodes like we gave her before." So it's like, as she's
Well, it's Shinji going through and helping everybody through their own personal problems because he's able to confront his own now. So he's able to go through and deal with those for everybody else as well. He's being a savior of man.
Yeah, it was pretty quick. He's a little too good at it though.
But yeah, I don't know. I fucking loved it. It's again, there's a lot of flaws like technically for me, but narratively I'm pretty much there for everything, and I love a lot of the ideas in the movie, and I just love the optimism at the end in a way that doesn't come across to me as like it's not contrived optimism. So yeah, I don't know. Sorry you didn't like it, buddy.
I did not like it. It was just a mess, like the rest of Evangelion. I still kind of like it, but it's just like it's like I enjoy it, but I don't like feel that much because I'm just like, oh my god, what went into this? What happened?
Man, the thing is, that original Evangelion show, I rewatched it recently. It is so fucking tight. It is like, oh,
also a mess. No, definitely.
It's perfect. It's like watching that show. It's like every episode in its own is fucking brilliant.
Well directed, and yeah, it's like paced tightly, but this content is
well, it's another thing where the jargon. I just don't retain the jargon, and apparently, actually, I've retained all of the jargon. But like, I've enjoyed all of the other stuff enough to where like the jargon and like all of the supernatural components don't bother me, and I just kind of have internalized them, you know. But I don't know. You know what the Ray head reminded me of? Reminded me of fucking Angela Anaconda.
Oh, that's a good call. Yeah, with like the realish eyes. Yeah.
That shit was the Ray head is so fucking. It's so bizarre because it's like it seems like they just reached a level of reality that they were either satisfied with or they thought it was unnerving in that state. Like it's kind of right in that uncanny valley territory, you know.
Yeah, that's definitely intentional.
Yeah, which I dug.
So now that, I mean, now that it's finally over, I can finally just, decide.
Go back and rewatch the show.
If anyone ever asks, I know that now I can be like, yeah, watch the show and then watch the movie, and then you don't have to really watch the remake movies. after 15 years, that's what it's like. Yeah, you don't have to watch those.
Oh, man, I think the only one that's like really genuinely I have any sort of qualms with is 3.0. I think 1.0 is a totally adequate remake of those first few episodes.
Well, that's the thing. It's just a remake, so you really don't need it.
And then 2.22 is fucking awesome.
2 sets up a lot of stuff that is never paid off on. So the movie's like, oh, that's cool. That's gonna be cool, and then it doesn't do anything.
Oh man, Shinji's a pussy getter now. Shinji's a fucking mad pussy getting stud who fucks bitches. And then no, he is not a pussy getting stud that fucks bitches, but he is the savior of man that we need, and he's truly the ultimate human.
You know what? How this should have gone is he like Shinji should have basically become like Big Boss and formed his outer heaven, which is Willy, and it should have just become him and Gendo versus each other like Code Geass style, when they're both just shadowy heads of their own organizations.
He instead of confronting his father, he becomes his father.
Sort of, but he has to have a redemption where his father failed, and something like that. But then it would still end with them both getting in Ava's, which would be a better payoff if he hadn't been getting in one this whole time, and then suddenly they're just both in robots. Because this movie also kind of ends like Metal Gear Solid 4, where the spear goes through all the different iterations of the Avas.
Yeah.
So like how Snake and fucking Ocelot punch through different versions of each other on a submarine. It was like that.
And I'm watching this sequence where Mari comes to save Shinji. Oh my fucking god.
She's everyone was like, why the fuck? And 2 movies later, it's like, oh, she's cool. Oh, and also there was speculation for so long about whether or not the tape recorder meant anything, because they were analyzing the numbers, and it was this total schizophrenic
the
nonsense.
Actually, it has Ray's fucking DNA or Ray's soul is in there or whatever.
They were right, and
you got MacGuffin.
Is Ano reading fan theories? I don't know, but they were right. That fucking tape player, that cassette player meant something. I don't know what it was, but it seemed meaningful. Actually, it seemed important.
Why is Mari the best part of this movie? Why is this sequence with Mari at the end the best thing in the entire film?
Everything she does is so cheesy. It's like she's the hair flip shot is ridiculous.
She's so self-aware, and that's her entire role in the movie is to be like everything's fucking chill when Mari's on screen.
She's been nothing but talk for 3 movies, and then she finally totally pays she comes through on everything she said, and she does it in the cordiest way possible. It's great.
And if you would ask me, it's like there's I probably, if you go back on the podcast, you could probably find me saying there's no way that Mari will make sense. There's no way.
Not only will she make sense, will they end up together?
It's the only thing that makes sense in the entire fucking movie.
They run away into the horizon holding hands.
It's the best.
Oh my god! It's I'm trying to think of a comparable. Who's a character who's just useless? I can't think of any. There's never been never been a comeback really.
Well, she's just fan service for basically 2 movies, and it's
but it's not even
what does she add?
What kind of fan service? I never really got people say she's fan service. Fan service for who? She has the same body as everyone else.
She's very pretty. She's a different look.
Everyone's hot in this. Here's
the thing: is that I want Mari shit now. like here's the thing is that like
You want to buy some Mari? Oh,
for
I guess
two
it's
movies,
not just fan service, but like merchandise bait.
for two movies, Mari has been like this weird sort of outlier albatross, right? Where like I see merch for Evangelion, I'm like, it's just gross that they have Mari merch. You know, it's like she's not a character. And then now I'm like, oh shit, she's the one that I like the most.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It just tickled me. It tickled me in my fucking core. There's a lot of stuff in this movie that tickled me, which is like that, like how weirdly psychedelic the movie is at times, like in ways that like you know you don't see, and or you rarely see. And I was also like this entire time I was thinking about like this was like the biggest movie in the entirety of Japan this year. And I was like this is the highest grossing film, or at least animated film in Japan right now. It's probably one of the highest grossing animated films of all time in Japan. And it's like this is what Japanese audiences want to go see.
They went and saw Demon Slayer and this.
And it's like what the fuck? Can you,
I was thinking about if you like had a girlfriend and you were like, I'm gonna see this movie, and she's like, I want to come, and you're like, no, it's not gonna make any sense. She's like, oh, it's fine, you know, I just want to come. I just want to, you know, I just want to spend time. I just want to come with you. And you're like an hour and 50 minutes, and just be like, what? Come on, just like
there are 8 billion Evangelions on screen making the spear. And it's like this is the
Mari shows up in 8.0 plus 9.0 plus 10.0 plus 11 plus 12 plus 13.
Yeah, that's the Evangelion unit, and it's like you know you don't understand. This is the last thing in this media franchise that's been going on for 25 years. It's like, is there a recap at the beginning? Well, yeah. Oh god, I loved it so much.
Fucking retarded.
This movie's the best. I really do love how like the nerve shit is so obviously fucking Gendo is a Monster Mash character now. He's fucking going to the Graveyard Smash and all of his robots have gotten more and like further and further removed from humanity, where you've just got like Evangelion arms flailing around as like units at this point, you know? It's like I just loved it.
One of the few CG shots that looked good was that arm swinging trying to stab Asuka, I think. I was like, that actually looked competent. Yeah.
I hope Studio Kara does cool stuff. I want them to do more stuff.
Yeah, they might finally be free. Probably not.
They are free. Yeah, like all of this,
the fucking director, the director of Fooly Cooly is free.
Like there was one sequence there. Okay, so another thing that was really off-putting is this part in the movie where they're fighting on a soundstage and it just looks like really bad CGI and doesn't translate. Yeah. So it's like they're knocking buildings over and stuff, and it just looks like really clunky, fucking like garbage, you know, CG, and that just didn't work in the way that it would work in other media, I think.
Yeah.
Right. Because there's 2D fights going on when they're going back through those like environments from Shinji's past, right, or like from the show and the movies. But the 3D fight on that soundstage looks like shit, and it's irredeemable. Yeah. God, fucking, come on, man. Mari, why did you make me love Mariana, you fucking crazy person?
It's wild that he really just doubled down on everything from 3.0. It was like, yeah, there's just gonna be a ton of fucking shit everywhere, and yeah.
The Mari popping out of the water and throwing her hair back has been running through my head ever since I watched this movie. Like whenever I think about this movie, the first thing comes to mind is that shot. It's so cleansing.
Beautiful, yeah.
Cleansing, genuinely, it works. I think so.
It's finally Ogre.
We were trying not to get too invested in this episode that we were recording.
You were like, I don't want to be screaming.
Well, here I am screaming. I mean, how can I not? It's been fucking 9 years.
Yeah, no, of course.
I'm gonna buy whatever. What can I buy? Is there an US Evangelion store yet? What
Will there
merch
be
can I buy?
merchandise for Evangelion? Oh,
No,
geez,
but I want to
don't
be able
know,
to buy
man.
it here in the U.S. without getting imported and shit.
Why? It's more expensive to get it here.
It's gonna be expensive regardless. I want to know that it's here and I'll get it soon, so I don't regret my purchase. It'll be in my hands
DHS
before I
will
have the
get it.
chance to.
DHS will get it to you from Japan in 3 days.
What?
Yeah. What year do you think it is, brother?
What's the?
What do you
Where am I
want?
buying this merch?
No, the shipping company is DHS.
Where do I order through?
Anywhere that ships via DHS, it's like UPS. It's like FedEx.
Okay, where do I buy Evangelion store?
Specifically
Okay,
for the
hold on.
Evangelion
I'm
store.
gonna impulse buy. Avastore.jp. Translate this to English. Yes. Okay. Under maintenance now. What the fuck does that mean? I want to buy shit.
Let's go to Mandarake.
Otaku mode.
Yeah. The Ava store's got to have insanely priced up shit.
No, I don't want figures. I want Dakimakuras.
I don't know
I
if
want.
I don't know if they make official dockies for Ava. No, maybe they do. I've never even tried to look at Ava merch. It's probably just such an insane amount.
Mari plug suit glasses case. Yeah, I'll buy that. Okay. Evangelion 1.0 postcard set. Yeah, I'll buy that.
Postcards.
Give it to me! Give it to me!
What figures do they have? Oh, my figure collection is not loading right now. It's a bummer. There's a lot of... Oh, you can get Evangelion 3.33 on Blu-ray. 3,200 yen.
Damn, I can straight be a blood and a crip if I get this bandana from the Evangelion store.
Figure.
I want a striped shirt. I want a striped shirt with the fucking
so
colors
cheap.
of Evangelion units.
This must not be very good. It's $10. Mm-hmm.
I want. Where's the bomber? Where's the $800 bomber jacket? I'll buy it. I'll hawk all my camera gear so I can buy. Where are the Zippo lighters at? Give me the Evangelion Zippos. I'm going to eBay right now.
True, yeah.
Oh man, those Evangelion Zippos. Evangelion Zippos are fucking sick.
Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Yeah, this is a good guy.
What would Robin Williams think of this movie? He was alive for 3. He probably saw.
He would think that it's mind blowing.
Yeah, he'd be nuts for it probably.
Yeah, it was like, oh, I can't believe they left me hanging like this.
Oh. Wait, wasn't he? Oh no, that was the movie where there was a movie where his son dies from jerking off, and he just regular killed himself in real life. I don't think.
Yeah, he didn't. He went out
like
like
doing it.
Let's see what happened. How did Robin? Man, Rob Williams, huh? 63. Let's see. Committed suicide. Well, tell me how he did it, for fuck's sake.
I don't think they normally say
Committed
that.
suicide by hanging. Okay, yeah, he hung himself.
Hanged.
Hung himself.
Okay.
Oh, he was hung, all right. Evangelion bomber jacket. Because there was, I remember for when that the third movie came out, they had these very fucking awesome Alpha Industries bombers that they released, which were all themed with like Wheelie, livery and stuff.
Yeah.
Those would be sweet. That'd be like it, because I bought the one time I ever spent money on a jacket when I lived up north. It was like the best investment I ever made, and I wore it into the fucking. Oh, look at this thing here. Here,
Yeah,
look at this fucking jacket.
I think I remember that jacket.
Look at that shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
it has weed. How did you find this? Is that an Evangelion? Wait.
That was a real jacket, yeah. I made it. Radio Ava Cross Alpha MA1.
Oh, that was because you also had the NASA one.
Yes.
Okay.
But this one is like, this is the one I really wanted. I got the NASA one as a consolation prize.
Oh, you didn't get this one.
I did not get this one. I wish I could. It's like $900 or maybe even $1,000 now.
I see. Gotcha.
If at the time, if I had the money, I would have dropped $300 on it.
Right.
Evangelion. The fuck is it? Evangelion. Radio Ava.
The armband.
But man, you know who else is free? And on top of everybody who works at Kara is Shiro Sugisu. I mean, I'm sure he's been working consistently, but
he's been doing stuff.
How is this Shiro Sugisu? Shiro Sugisu has done a ton of shit. What a goober.
He
looks exactly...
He'll just show up on a show, and I was like, wait, what? The Evangelion guy's in here?
He looks exactly what he should
he's
look
doing
like.
he's doing Gridman and Dynazenon now.
Is the Gridman, is that a sequel series or is it a new series? Because isn't Gridman kind of inspired by or something?
Inspired by what?
Is Gridman not like a kind of reboot or like a reference series or something where they try to evoke something?
It was like a Trigger reboot of Gridman. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. What else has he done?
And Dynazenon.
He did the soundtrack to iCity, of course.
Wow. I totally forgot about that. I didn't forget about iCity, but I forgot he did the soundtrack. Yeah. Kimagure Orange Road. Ushio and Tora. The first
Bleach.
episodes. Nice. Oh, right. Yeah.
She did the soundtrack to Abanabashi. Remember Abanabashi?
Yeah.
Garzy's Wing.
Yeah. No. All-star staff on Garzy's Wing.
How the fuck did we...
I remember that one. Yeah, no. How did it end up like that? We'll never know. There's probably a way to know. Also, Black Bullet. Remember Black Bullet?
Oh, yes.
God, Black Bullet. That's hilarious. They were like, yeah, this has got Shiro Sugisu written all over it.
Shin Ultraman, which comes out this year, directed, screenplay by Hideaki Anno, directed by somebody else.
Yeah, right. Oh, he's not directing it, huh?
Man, what else you got going on, Hideaki Anno? Now you're free too. We've been talking about all these other people that are free. Fucking Hideaki Anno's free.
He's been fucking freeing out. He's making movies and shit.
He took that fucking. He's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna pause this Evangelion bullshit to make my awesome Godzilla movie. It fucking beats pussy and is like fucking
really
sick.
It was really good.
Sick ass fucking Godzilla movie.
Yeah.
I was talking. I don't remember who I was talking to. Must have been Mark or somebody. But he's like, it's clearly the best Godzilla movie ever made. And I'm like, well, the original Godzilla. And then I'm like, oh wait, no, you're right. It is actually just the best Godzilla movie ever made.
I haven't seen the original. Of course, there's no way the original Godzilla is even like that good outside of novelty. Yeah.
Dude, this dude Hideaki Anno fucks so hard. He's got
the director of this Shin Ultraman is the director of Attack on Titan.
The series?
Oh
or
wait,
the
no,
film?
that's a live action. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I remember that. Ugh, yeah, Japan will just do that shit. You know how like everybody will just kind of.
Oh, he was assistant director on Wings of Honiamais. That's how they know each other.
Fucking in the West, we just kick the can around.
Storyboard for Gunbuster and Nadia and End of Evangelion and Casher.
Okay, so he's been out here.
And Kill the Kill. Nice.
In the West, we'll take goddamn forever to adapt an anime. And over there, they'll just crank that shit out. They're like, yeah, we'll make a Full Metal Alchemist live action movie. Fuck it.
Yeah, all that shit's rough. Yeah.
It's dog shit.
Whereas,
what's the
Netflix spends 3 years making Cowboy Bebop, and it's still gonna be rough, but it's not gonna look probably as bad as the Japanese like live action Nisekoi, you know.
John Cho's too old now. I think he's a good casting choice for Spike, but he's too old.
No,
he's 40.
Ridiculous. He's not cool. He's not a cool looking guy.
John Cho was cool for a little bit.
No,
he was cool. He was cool in the Star Trek movies.
No, he wasn't.
He was cool. I saw those movies.
Doesn't
cool
look.
In those.
Spike needs to be. Everyone in that show needs to be hot. It's pulp. It's got jazz in it. Everyone needs to be hot as shit.
You said that You
Everyone
said
needs
that
to
it won't be as rough.
absurdly,
boy.
grizzledly hot. What did I say?
I have not seen any of this art yet. Oh God.
Yeah, look at it. He looks retarded.
Oh God.
He's an Asian guy. He's like a not that good-looking Asian guy.
John Cho, he's 49 is the thing. It's
Yeah,
Spike needs to be like 33.
Yeah, he needs to be 30, like pretty much on the dot 30. And he needs to be really handsome.
He needs to be
like slightly. People will always talk about Keanu Reeves playing him, like a young Keanu. Even Keanu is like a little dorky looking. He's just
Keanu Reeves is pretty fucking hot.
Yeah, but Spike needs to be like he's just like Han Solo basically. So he needs to be like rough around the edges, but fucking really really hot. I don't know.
I mean, Keanu Reeves didn't have the fucking chops. Keanu Reeves is a dog shit actor.
Yeah, he's not charming enough.
He's got
in terms
I
of
disagree.
looks.
He's charismatic, but he's not talented. John Cho, look at how old he looks. It looks like this is what Japan would do. That's the barometer by which
because Japan would use all white people, or they would use all Japanese people, but like one or the other.
Well, who's this fucking bitch? Who the fuck is this bitch that they just fucking found in a dumpster somewhere?
It's probably fucking they covered her up what's her point?
Oh God, no! This is the bitch that they fucking got to play Faye.
Of course.
Get the fuck out of here. 34 years old. Get the fuck.
Spike needs to be 30 to 33, and she needs to be 28.
Yeah, and I honestly, the best looking of the three of them is Jet, because that's
fucking MC right over here.
He looks close enough. He's like, Jet's not black, but who fucking cares? He looks close enough. He's got the beard.
He was a dark fella, and
he could have been any age. He's the least offensive of the three, and she looks awful. Look at her hair. What do they make her hair purple?
To be fair, like these promotional photos are usually pretty bad. Remember, this isn't a good example because the movie ended up being bad, but Terminator Genesis, that magazine cover.
I don't remember that.
Oh, that was funny. Oh,
I mean, at least it's not dark. Yeah, but this is the fucking alien bitch you get to play Faye.
I think she was an alien. Oh, you mean in real life she's an alien? Yeah.
John Cho it's sad. His hair looks all stringy and gross and
this
blown out.
This is going to be such a fucking mess. They gave her, she's a rectangle. She looks like Kylo Ren. Her whole thing is she uses her hotness to get what she wants. She's a femme fatale. Look at this fucking gremlin.
I don't even
fucking gross bitch, dude. Oh my gosh, she's totally flat.
I'm not even some sort of diehard cowboy. I don't even give a fuck about
I don't
Cowboy
love
Bebop.
it that much. I'm really not. I don't think. I don't like what Watanabe thinks is cool.
But
it's so obvious what he was going for, and they fucked it up. They could not even imagine.
I'm a Samurai Champloo guy. I'm not a Cowboy Bebop guy. Cowboy Bebop is fine. It's fine. It is exactly what it is. It's good the entire way through. It doesn't rivet me.
Right.
Exactly. But for fuck's sake, this is what you've got. This is what you got. This is the only anime that the West cares about that's not like a shonen. It's the only one. People, normal people have watched Cowboy Bebop. And this is look at the one of them in the alley with the pink background. This is embarrassing. It's worse than cosplay, genuinely.
There's so much cosplay better than this. Yeah, absolutely.
It's a best. It's just evenly lit dog shit. Go fuck yourself. How about that?
Well, the lighting is these these photos are never they never look.
But it's not conveying what this is supposed to be. I don't get nothing is evoked here. She is sub cosplay quality. She looks like a bad cosplay. And that's
the hair. The hair looks like it would snap if I touched it with my finger.
That is hair. That is a wig that you buy on Amazon, and it's this is the Faye Valentine wig from fucking Cowboy Bebop. It's like it doesn't really look that much like it.
No, it doesn't really at all.
Like that's the hardest myth. Let's look up Faye Valentine cosplay.
It's gonna be so much better.
Faye Valentine cosplay. Yeah, well, yes, there are indeed some fat chicks. Here's one. Here you go. There you go.
Yeah, there's some fat old ladies. Yeah, and these are very Halloween looking, but it's like, okay, these are also pretty bad. I gotta hand it to them. These are also pretty bad.
Yes, it turns out that yes, primary color yellow does not translate, but maybe because you're Netflix, you can figure something else out.
Okay, fine. It's tougher than I thought. Okay, this one's okay. I found an okay one. See, if it took me less than 30 seconds to find an okay one, then Netflix with $100 million could have done better.
Yeah, it took them fucking 30 years to...
This is a little bit better, because, you know...
Here, which one? Show me that. Is it on the screen?
It's on the screen now.
I'm waiting for it to come up.
She's not absurdly hot. The hair almost looks like hair. She has tits.
But at least it looks like somewhat close to evoking what it's supposed to be. A little bit of a camel toe, but that's cool. Camel toes are cool.
Oh, but I forgot to get that shot of that really silly Adam or Lilith or whatever from this movie that was like all fat and it had a moose knuckle.
Yeah. You look. This person has no money. They're broke. They're cosplaying as Faye Valentine from Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah, that's like cosplaying as Neo.
Hey, you know what? They tried to fucking match the aesthetic of the lighting of the show. Like, look at this. Like, there's contrast. You know, like there's a hard outline. You know, they tried. They got a little bit of fun.
Weirdly bright, which is on purpose, I think. But then for the show, they were like, "Nah, that's."
Or like you got the wrong kind of lady. Worst of all, you just didn't even get look at her head.
The right lady. Yeah.
She's not bodacious. And obviously.
And she doesn't
obviously John
like Faye has her one episode. If I saw this bitch crying at a VHS of herself, I would not feel anything. Look at that. Look at those buck teeth.
Look at that bitch. Again, this is not even just. This is not even just like it's the girl, so it's worse. John Cho's costume at least looks somewhat. It looks like fucking Spike's costume. He just looks completely. He looks like he's completely wrong for the role and way too old. That's the. And then
yeah, he doesn't have like shaggy, like unkempt, handsome guy hair. He's an Asian guy who gave himself a Jew fro.
It's ratty as fuck. He looks ratty.
Ratty, yeah.
And it's just not. But
Spike doesn't look like a tank. He just kind of looks like a janitor.
Jet.
Spike is a big, imposing, tough. You know.
Jet is closer. Jet is the closest of them.
Yeah, he's supposed to be a brick shithouse, but you know he's just sort of a. You know, he's a big black guy. They found a big black guy.
The one of him on the couch. That's close enough. Close enough.
Yeah.
I'll give them props. They tried. Faye, they did not try at all. That's a disaster. A fucking complete disaster. Woman. And then John Cho, they're like, well, we need the one Asian actor in Hollywood right now. And it's like, well, what about Steven Yeun? Well,
we need
Steven Yeun's Korean.
We need
Asian.
They should have made her Asian.
This is just a complete disaster.
Yeah, it's gonna be funny. Hopefully, it'll at least be funny. How bad it is.
John, it's fucking 15 years too late for John Cho. Like it's just. Yeah. Who are the other Asian actors in Hollywood? Steven Yeun is the one. But Steven Yeun's he's making art film. He's fucking making Minari and shit and Burning. Like he's just not fucking. He's not like. Gonna make this, but he's also not. He doesn't look. He's too pretty. He's not rugged.
Yeah, he needs to be a little. Yeah, he needs to be a little worn.
Like in Steven Yeun, talented actor, just too pretty. Well, they made the wrong one Asian. That's the thing.
That's what I say.
Faye should be the Asian one, and you can let Spike be fucking white.
Yeah, no. Spike has the personality and looks of a fucking white guy.
It's funny. It's funny. John Cho,
Because he's just Han Solo. Come on.
John Cho. I like him.
Of course.
I think he's a good actor, and I like him in those fucking Harold and Kumar movies. And
What about House?
But
or wait, no, the other guy.
but
Kumar was in House.
But he looks like the Japanese made-for-TV version of Cowboy Bebop, and it's bad.
Is he even Japanese? He's not even Japanese.
Well, I'm not calling him Japanese. I'm saying the hair looks like what Japan would do. It's the hair.
Yeah,
Look at this.
His whole getup, looks like a. Yeah, I'm watching a J drama.
We're in Japan right now in a hotel room watching what's on, and we're like, oh, jeez.
Like, oh, yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. It's like, geez, Japan tried to make a Cowboy Bebop adaptation. But at least they would have made it. They would have put a sexy girl in the role of Faye, at least.
She would have been she would have been generically hot, where to the point where it's where it's like not, where it's also not good. You'd be like, oh, this girl is like just like a model, and they put her in really bad cosplay.
What? John Cho looks like a Japanese TV detective with that haircut.
Yeah,
just like, God damn. Oh well, I did not think that we would get this much material out of this, because I'm just like I'm not even registering any of this shit. God fucking damn it! I'm gonna kill Steven. I'm gonna fucking kill Steven, man. Every time I go to a fucking tango event, somebody comes up to me and they're like, "Oh, Steven told me that you like anime." It's like, Steven, I'm gonna fucking kill you. Stop!
No, he doesn't
telling
do
me
that.
Why? Yeah, he does.
Why would he do that?
Stop
what
fucking doing
What the
that.
fuck? That's wild.
Stop fucking doing that, man. It's like
he must say that about me.
He must just. I want, like, at a certain. If it wasn't Steven, if it was anybody else, I'd be like, he's doing this to sandbag me. But Steven doesn't have the capacity to sandbag, so like, so it's not like he's doing it to.
Also, what's he sandbagging you from? It's not. It's like, you don't know these people.
Well, yeah, that's the thing, though, is that I'm thrust into conversations where it's like, I hear that you have an anime podcast. It's like, I'm gonna fucking kill myself.
Oh my god, I'm gonna kill him before you can kill him. I didn't know about this.
Yeah,
What
it's
the
like,
fuck?
Stop fucking doing that.
I don't tell people that. What the?
And so a woman that I work for, who was the reason I'm at these fucking tango events,
No.
is like, Steven told one of my friends that you're in anime. And he wants to talk to you about it. And I told her straight up, I'm like, I have absolutely no interest in talking to anybody about anime. I told her straight up. I'm like, there is literally nothing I want to do less than talk to anybody. and she's like, oh, no, straight up. I'm like, it's just not going to be good for either of us, because like they're not like. No, because it's like they're gonna come up, because they come to you expecting. They're like, oh man, you're a fellow anime fan. How did you like the newest season of Seven Deadly Sins? You know, it's like
not even. They're watching.
I watched 5 episodes of that.
They're watching Demon Slayer. They're watching.
And it's like I watched the first episode of Demon Slayer and they didn't watch anymore. It's like I've seen the first episode of every shonen that's come out over the last fucking 5 years. It's like. Or like fucking My Hero Academia. It's like words make me shut off my brain more than My Hero Academia. And it's not even like, I'm sure the show was fine. You know, it's not what I'm interested in. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I've been watching Jahi-sama. Like,
yeah. It's like, what kind of stuff are you into?
And they see the mini. They look it up and they see the mini version of her and they're like, what the fuck? This guy's a fucking pedophile. Oh my god, he just told me. What the fuck, dude?
Man, yeah, no, it's like I'm just, you're never, there's gonna be zero overlap. So and I told her this, because like I have this relationship with her where I can straight up be like, it's like there's no valuable conversation to be had between me and anybody. Like there's simply my niche.
He didn't tell you I'm also
specific.
a snob.
Yeah, no, I told her that. I'm like, no, you have to understand. I am a complete snob, and I just don't like any of the things that people watch.
We do need a third host. We need a dumb guy. You need to find us a dumb guy. No, you have to take one for the team.
No, you gotta get now that fucking Connor's gone. Steven fucking won't have anybody to talk to outside of his Tango community. He's fucked them all already.
He
Get him
will
back.
not watch anything. He'll refuse.
Make him watch it with you.
We can't watch an entire series in one night. We only hang out one night every 2 or 3 weeks.
We should, man. He fucking owes me. You know what? Steven fucking owes me. He owes me 3 episodes. Tell him that to his fucking face.
Yeah.
How fucking dare he? Because there's an unspoken code that exists, which is you don't. It's like, look, it's don't ask, don't tell. If anybody ever asks me, if ever the conversation of anime comes up, I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm not really into.
My plan is to. I don't know. I can't remember if I've actually done this yet, but I am literally planning on being like, what is that? Like what?
Straight up ignorance.
Like anime, like you watch anime.
Oh no,
I'm into. My specific line that I can't wait to say is I'm not familiar. Is that like a show or?
No, but Steven said that you're really into anime.
I'm into what?
Does he mean like sea anemone? Because I'd love to fish for some of those because I'm an exotic fisher.
That sounds like a wild kind of fishing. Hey, it's Mage is here.
I swear to I'm gonna fucking kill.
Didn't have a big
I saw this
afro. The afro is not. Yeah, it's not. I mean, if they made it too cartoonish, it would look.
Oh, it's ratty. That's the problem.
It's ratty looking because it's on him. And he's not a guy who would have that hair. I don't know.
Well, how about this? Just keep the fucking costume. Give him a different fucking haircut.
Give him something that evokes the same feeling, but isn't that. Yeah.
Spike isn't a real person. That shit doesn't work in real life. You know.
Why?
I don't know. Why do you think give her purple hair? Get like a redhead fucking bitch to play that character. Like, why do they gotta get like?
She's gotta have purple hair, but it shouldn't be a wig. Or if that's not a wig, then you got to make it look better than that.
No, it's like those unrealistic hair colors are just never going to work. So translate it into something else. Like do a different color.
Yeah, well, it's not
make it a bodacious
it's not
fucking
supposed
redhead.
to work. She's supposed to look kind of ridiculous in universe. So for her, as long as it didn't look like a wig, I think it'd be fine. But whatever. Yeah.
Hey, Angry Mage, stop watching this right now and start watching Daisy of Love.
That's the one thing we can both recommend from this episode is the reality show Daisy of Love.
I'm gonna give Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.0 hard 9 out of 10. It's really rock solid 9 out of 10. Just a few technical qualms. That's all I got.
I give it a respectful 6. I give it I appreciate the effort 6. Maybe if I watched it again, it would go up to a 7.
There you go. Well, let's just assume that's going to be the case. We'll average it out to an 8.
Assume.
And
it is quite the liberty.
Oh, man.
Liz versus End of Ava. Bro. It's not even. It's like...
End of Evangelion is one of the finest films ever made.
It's like comparing meth to a nice espresso. To like a $12 espresso.
And I mean...
To the meth that Destiny did.
I really like this, and I can't even say that it's like End of Evangelion impacted the trajectory of my life. Like so, I forgot to mention this. I've got my fantasy football leagues that I'm in.
How did this make you think of fantasy football?
Because of meth. So,
right, of course.
So I'm in my fantasy football leagues this year, and everybody else has like normal names that are like puns. You know, we got really, so people got names like the Cleveland Steamers, really funny shit like that. And then my team name is all caps. Repeal the NFA, legalize meth. It's repeal the NFA, legalize meth. Because
nice,
I gotta get. Yeah, and then the other one is I have 2 leagues. The other one, my name is it's an image of Daisy De La Hoya. And by all caps, please watch Daisy of Love.
You're a proselytizer.
No,
add me on HD Poker at Steam. I'm Fentanyl Addict 69.
I believe I am Child Rapist.
I don't remember that, but that's pretty good too.
Anyway, yeah. I think I'm gonna change my name every single week in my fantasy leagues to another all caps, like just completely fucking ridiculous, whatever I'm feeling in that moment when I'm pretty drunk, kind of name. Because you can change it the entire season and like put a different icon and everything.
Legalize all drugs, ban marijuana.
Man,
End of Evangelion. This makes these movies have made me appreciate End of Evangelion so much more. You could really just watch that. It would be like a weird art. It would be like a weird art film that was like super obfuscated and esoteric. But you could just watch it by itself. You don't need to watch the show.
But this most recent time around, because I watched all of the original Evangelion, including End of Evangelion, with my homie while he was staying with me, and I gained a further appreciation. What's that?
Had he seen it before?
Yes, he had, and we were just going through and enjoying it together. And this time around, I gained a further appreciation for the show that I didn't have, because I enjoyed the show just fine, and like I thought it was really goddamn good. But End of Evangelion is the thing that really sticks with you, I think. But this time around, I was like completely taken with Evangelion as a show. I just thought regardless of whether or not it's this like perfectly synthesized like masterwork, the direction and the pacing of every single episode is some of the finest you're ever gonna fucking see in the medium. It's like crack. Like you just finish a fucking episode. It's like, I want to fire another one right now. That's the fastest that 22 minutes can possibly go by. Like it's every episode is fucking so perfectly laid out, man. And like, is this as good as that? No, but there are things in this that I liked as much as anything else in the series, and there are highlights for the entire franchise, in my opinion, in this movie. So, anyway, yes, this is our friend the Sailor Bear. We got to end this. We've been going for fucking like 2 hours at this point.
Go full Disney ending. What's a Disney ending? Is that a happy ending? I think that's what that means.
Well, I think what he's saying is that it's not a contrived happy ending, which I agree with. I did not feel like
there's also the term Gynax ending, which I think is from Evangelion. So they're probably opposites. Or wait, is it called? I think it's called the Gynax ending. Yeah, that's what they were making fun of in Panty and Stocking.
I'm with you, Daryl. I didn't think that it went for like this hyper saccharine kind of ending, but it was definitely hard on that sleeve still. So I was moved. I was moved by this movie multiple times.
Hard on what? Hard on that. What'd you say?
I was deeply moved by this movie multiple times. Yeah.
Neat.
Shout out to all of our homies in the Navy. Keep reaching for that rainbow, guys.
I can't believe I didn't know about this picture. This is the funniest thing I've ever seen.
It's on the Wikipedia article for fucking
great.
Master Commander.
The look on his face is perfect. It's like he's satisfied that he's gotten his treats, and he's also like shocked and kind of defensive and a little angry, and he's like in fight or flight. It's incredible. Yeah. Like, and he's about to see Master and Commander.
It's like that image of that lady right before she died. You know, like where there's that guy. You know
I don't know that. No.
You don't know the image of that woman who was about to be killed? Hold on.
No. In what context? What?
Hold on. There, image of woman about to be killed. Let's see if I can.
How do you?
Oh, how the fuck am I gonna find this? It's this image of this woman who was murdered, and
someone like the gazebo. And she's in a dress. Exactly. Yes, this is almost that look. It's the deer in the headlights look.
Yeah,
because she's already in distress, and he is like deciding whether or not he should be in distress.
Well, he's either about to be cracking up or really pissed, rather than like. Does he have to wear the gloves while he eats the popcorn? Does he get to take those off?
He's gonna take those off for sure.
He's got these monster fucking Mickey Mouse mitts on.
What kind of psycho would not take the gloves off? I mean, that's crazy.
You know what the funny
Yeah.
thing is this dude is probably like 3 years or 4 years younger than us. he's actually probably more. He's probably like 21.
No, he's way older than us. What are you talking about? He's
No, he's
2000.
not because he's like a Navy recruit. I'm
Oh,
saying like at this point in time.
younger in this picture. Oh, okay, okay.
Yes, yeah. If you look
Oh
at him,
yeah,
it's like
probably.
This
Yeah,
dude,
definitely.
he looks. What a silly outfit.
It's yeah. I mean, it's so funny. I mean, because we're used to seeing the school uniforms, right? but but also, but yeah, I love uniforms.
I mean, every
such a
part of this
simple-
image is great because you got the girl who's like mid sentence behind the counter there, who's about to tell the next person to come up.
Yeah,
But the cat in the hat is the icing on the cake.
The cat in the hat is amazing. There's this like the school teacher staring at him behind his back.
Ugh,
Fuck, man. Okay, yeah. Let's take off.
Love you guys.
Thank you, everybody.
Goodbye, all Evangelions.
Yeah, it's Ogre. I can't wait for them to start a reboot TV series. That's fucking another big ordeal. That's what this is.
They're going to get 16 episodes into a 1-to-1 like shot for shot remake of Evangelion, and then episode 16 they're going to divert again.
I mean, they could. Yeah, they could do that. They probably won't, but they could do that.
I would really love them to just never touch any of this ever again. How about that? Oh God! Have I shown you've seen Shave Impact, right?
Oh, the billboard with him shaving.
Well, no, the videos that they made for Schick Cross Evangelion. Have you seen this?
I've probably seen those.
This is something I encountered earlier this year that made me very happy. I think I've shown you those.
That was a silly advertising campaign. Yeah.
It's
Shiku. Wait, where? Hold on. Oh, okay.
This is the actual 3.0 plus 1.0. Is what
Shiku.
Evangelion campaign.
It sounds cheerful enough.
I'm still seeing the sailor on the screen. Oh, there you go. Okay.
Yeah, and it's like bad 2D. Oh God, he just fucking. How long is this? Oh my God, this is a 1.5-minute long commercial. This is like a mini karaoke version. Good Lord. Oh, this is multiple different.
I think there's at least 2.
This kind of seems like oh my God.
Did you find the second one, or do I need to send
It's
it
still
over?
going. Can you hear it?
I can't hear. Yeah, they got the Evangelion wall hangers for your razors. God, the thing is that like it's a good thing I don't live in Japan because I would absolutely fucking buy all these things.
Evangelion.
I would buy all of them.
Somehow it's the kind of series that can do advertising like that, and it's like
it just doesn't make any fucking sense. It doesn't make any fucking sense because like it's the saddest mopiest fucking property ever.
For somehow for me, like it loops around where it's like they could just be as cheesy as possible and do like literal advertisements, and it's like I don't know, something about it just clicks for me.
Thinking about it, it's like I'm hoping about the time I'm like, if again this is in the instance where I don't get married and have kids, I'm thinking like 35. I would love to just like own an apartment in Japan, go once a year, fucking pay way too much for it. I'm not married, so what do I care? And just deck it out with fucking Evangelion bullshit. Look at this. Like I want everything. I want everything. I want all of the garbage. Man. This is pretty much the same ad as the first one.
Yeah.
God damn.
I love they didn't even get the real song.
Evangelion campaign.
Oh, this is literally the same.
Evangelion
that's,
merch. Here are the weirdest pieces of Evangelion merch you can find in Japan. Number 1, Evangelion chic razors. Why would Gendo shave his beard off?
The iconic character's most recognizable feature, his beard.
Tampons with Ray on them? How inappropriate. Ray, who is the body of a 14-year-old girl, isn't actually able to menstruate because of all of the
Apparently, there are
experience.
some girls in Japan who want a little Ray inside them. Where is Tom Hanks today?
Evangelion wedding cake? Have I shown you the picture? We gotta end this fucking thing. But I got a Pikachu wedding stuff. I think, have I showed you this? Have I showed you images?
Angry Mage is aware of this razor holder. He says it's $33 and always out of stock.
Angry Mage is living the life that I wish I was living. Damn it!
Oh, that's so funny.
Why am I wasting my life making movies?
Yeah, this guy. Oh man, is that the couple? They're fucking. Okay, he looks like kind of a dork. She's hot. What the hell?
I would love to force a wife to, to do this.
It's like, yeah, we can have a wedding and do the whole. We can invite everyone. I got two. I have two stipulations. Number one, they're both Pikachu.
These are 3 different weddings.
Yeah, you've posted. I'm not going to put them all on the screen, but you've posted 3 different weddings where there are 2 Pikachus, seemingly the same Pikachus with the same mascot outfits.
There's a lot of very cute Pikachu wedding merch, I have to say.
Specifically weddings, huh? Yeah. Yeah, it's almost like Pokemon has made $1 trillion or something.
There's these really tasteful Pikachu wedding rings that you can buy.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god, they have little Pokeballs on them. Oh, I see. It's like a little lightning ball. Yeah, no one would even know that's Pokemon.
It's the female tail and the male tail.
It's the tail, which is also a lightning ball. Same thing. No. Angry Mage continues. Then there's the AT Field Umbrella. Makes sense. Real expensive, just in ship.
Yeah,
that's a good item.
Pickup. Angry Mage, you're my fucking dog, dude.
AT Field
you fucking get me. I think I unironically should probably buy an Evangelion Zippo at some point. Like, it's just such an easy. It'll last for goddamn ever.
It's a pretty slick umbrella too.
Here, let's find the coolest.
I would never really spend more than $8 on an umbrella, especially in Japan at least. I guess here.
Well, because the thing is, they're going to be stolen.
Well, no, they don't get stolen. You leave them in front of the fucking convenience store when it stops raining. Did that like twice.
No, they get stolen.
They also sometimes get stolen. They wouldn't steal an AT Field one. They would steal a standard one if you had the same one.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I thought that was mine. My bad.
Yeah, understandable.
They tell themselves, do I get the Oscar? One of the things that I'm happiest about in this newest Evangelion movie is like Asuka is completely sidelined.
You really got fucked over, yeah.
I love it. Fuck Asuka. Let's see. There's an Asuka.
And they're like, stop being angry.
There's an Asuka Evangelion Zippo there. I think I would just want a Nerve one, probably.
Yeah, can I get some can I get a
There we go. It's the Mari Zippo.
Misato themed divorce papers.
To go along with your Pikachu themed wedding papers.
Yeah.
You're fucking. Oh my god.
Yeah, the wedding. Pikachu's at the wedding, and then I want my divorce lawyer to be a Magikarp.
You know what line of dialogue I really liked from this movie is I like Shinji talking to Misato about her son, and he's like, hey, yeah, I met your son. He was a really cool guy.
That is nice. No, that's the best thing because that's like because he met him for 5 seconds and he's like, yeah, no, he's definitely that's a nice thing. Yeah, that was nice.
I was like that was I thought that was lovely.
I liked that unironically as well. Yeah.
Yeah, where it's just I think that's lovely. That like it's the most casual way to convey something incredibly meaningful. It's like I met your son and he's a really good guy. And
yeah,
it's like
imagine hearing that. That would be crazy to
after
hear.
you haven't seen him for 14 fucking years.
You've never seen him at all. Yeah.
It would make you cry, huh?
Except
like
yeah,
it would
she didn't do anything. I guess she was shot.
Well, she sacrificed herself for him. She says that before she died. She's like, "This is for you. This is the only thing I can do for you."
Yeah.
It seems like there's just a whole shit ton of Evangelion Zippos. Oh, this is the fucking cool one. This has got the tree of life on it. Let's go. Just sending them. This is bullshit. Nobody should even be listening to this shit at this point. That's fine. Fuck you guys. This is for me only.
Oh, that comes in a case and shit.
Except for you, Anchormate. You're chill, bro.
Are there two of them? Oh no, it has it's a dog tag.
Yeah. Next time we go, I'll buy one. The thing is like transporting them's hard because you'd have to put them in check baggage. You can't do it as a carry-on.
Oh, really?
Actually, even then it's weird because like I don't think they typically come with fluid in them. But if you put fluid in them, you then really can't fly with them. So I just have to just get them and like immediately ship it over or something. Because then everyone's like, it can explode, and it's like it's got fucking zero lighter fluid in it.
Well, if it comes to the point where you're having to explain that there's no fluid in the lighter, I don't think you're getting it on the fucking. I don't think you're
right. Exactly. So like, I mean, just
kind of count on someone not noticing.
Well, you know what it is. You just take the the cartridges are removable. So like there's with a Zippo, there's an insert that has cotton, and then all of the components that make it a lighter in it. You just throw that part out, and then buy a new one when you get over here because they're all interchangeable.
Oh yeah, and you just keep the shell. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the one. There we go. That'll be the beginning of my Evangelion addiction, and then from there, I'll be buying $9,000 fucking Evangelion bomber jackets.
Yeah, just be buying Evangelion chandeliers.
Right. Yeah. It's.
You should get a tattoo.
That's a good idea. Here, what should I get tattooed? That's a good idea. Yeah.
You should get that big fat Lilith.
What can I say? I like big bitches.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
get two songs mixed up, and you're like, I like big butts. That's my fucking problem. It's tattooed on your ass.
That's a good tattoo.
It's a picture of this shitty thing in Evangelion that no one remembers.
It happens in Daisy of Love, where one of the guys who was
I heard that as Daisy, like the video game of love. But go on.
Daisy of Love. One of the guys, Cage, is a cage fighter, and he has tattooed on his neck. It says "Fight or Die," and Daisy's like, so like, what are these tattoos about? What does this mean?
Rotten pieces. That's great.
Twisted? What does twisted mean?
Or like, is that like you're twisted? I can hear the reality show dialogue right now. It's like, yeah, it's like me. I'm like twisted.
Do you like to get twisted?
Yeah, I get twisted. Yeah, it's pretty much my thing. I was trying to tell her about how I was twisted. I think she seemed pretty into it.
I'm about three things. I'm about getting twisted. I'm about getting fucked up. I'm about getting drunk.
I'm about getting inebriated. I'm about getting intoxicated, and I'm about getting in a compromised state of mind.
I'm about three things. I'm about three things. When I like to party, I like to do three things. I like to donate my time to my community. I like to support those around me, and I like to make sure that I'm lifting everybody up.
And most of all, I like to take that pussy. I like to take it. It's mine.
There's one point where one of the big scandals in the first episode is this guy comes in and he's immediately saying, "Where are the bitches at?" and Daisy's really upset about it.
It's so funny to say in like a Bachelorette type show where there's one lady. Yeah. That's the funniest thing you can possibly say.
And she's like, "I am not a bitch." Yeah. Oh, it's like, so I heard that you were saying when you came in, you said, "Where are the bitches at?" And he's like, "Yeah, metaphorically, where are the bitches at?"
I was just saying it like, turn up or like, let's go, where are the bitches at? Yeah. It's a rhetorical question. She's like, "What's rhetorical?"
Yeah. It's when you're saying something that's not literal, you're saying something.
You're lying?
It's meant to evoke no, it's not lying. It's saying something to evoke something else. You know what I mean? Like, it's like you're saying something that is somewhat related.
I pay my rent. I'm not getting evoked. Get out of here.
Oh God! I can't wait. I can't wait for you to watch this.
I can't wait to watch it.
We won't even be able to talk about it on the show because it belongs to somebody else. I can't claim this.
Right.
This is. I'm living. I am. I can't claim to make any sort of jokes about this because they've all been made by somebody else already. And I'm just merely in awe of this program. And nobody else would. I hope you guys all watch Daisy Love because we're not going to talk about it at all.
We're going to end up talking about it.
Oh, we're going to talk about the entire thing.
Yeah, we're going to make an entire podcast dedicated.
We're going to do a bonus. There's definitely going to be emergency cast.
Emergency Daisy of Love chill out sesh. Okay.
Thank you for listening, guys.
Yes, it's time to say bye-bye. Olive.
Evangelion. Got him.
Oh. That's why it's finally over. Someone said Evangelion. Okay, bye.
What
a fucking tune.
You're always